'Cause you've known it the whole time. Yeah, you've known it the whole time. What is this? Dan 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 dan. Whoa! What the f? Yo, Dan Dan really might be some regular show type shit. They weren't wrong when they said that. Yo. Okay, a dinosaur with dinosaurs running. Okay. Cool. Alright. What is Dandadan even about? What's up, guys? What's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? Give me 1 second. Ah! There we go. How's everybody doing today? Pookie Wookie Bear? You probably shouldn't call me that. My girlfriend will get jealous. How you doing? How you guys feeling? How you guys doing? I have about an hour and 15 minutes recorded of video so far. How's it going? How's it going? How's it going? Gotta watch an ad. Fuck. Alright. Don't make you hold your pocket now? Don't make hold your pocket now? I don't know what that means. Oh, do you think Luffy will get a new form? Fuck no. I mean, I don't know if he will. I don't think that he will. I hope that he doesn't. I don't know. I like Gear 5. I don't want anything other than that. Pretty subjective take right there. Maybe a Gear 6 if it includes whatever the One Piece is. But I don't think I would be okay with his Devil Fruit just giving him another form after Gear 5 is supposed to be the Awakening. Yeah, same. I hope he doesn't either. Okay, let's close this up. What's up on the YouTubes? What do you guys want to talk about? What do you guys want to do? The science of fire explained. Oh, Miranda Cosgrove is doing a science bit? Oh, that's interesting. I like that. Jubilee plastic surgery versus natural beauty. Are you guys a natural beauty individual, or do you guys care more about plastic surgery? I gotta know. Want some info on that. Did you see the Luffy slander since he got shish kebabbed? Oh, I've been seeing it all over. I can't tell you I personally care for it. I would be lying. There is no way. Oh yeah, they added fake Super Saiyan Goku because Dragon Ball refuses to add any characters that came out after the year 1985. They only added Super because they kind of just needed more stuff to happen. I don't know, man. Does anybody ever excited? Like, real talk, real talk. Is anybody ever excited to see Kid Goku, Mercenary Tao, Chi Chi, Tien from fucking Dragon Ball? Is anybody actually like excited if they were to see a Dragon Ball game come out? Like, would you guys be excited to see classic Dragon Ball characters come out? Because I don't know, man. It sounds to me. You heard about the emu parrot theory? Also, hello. Yeah, I heard about the emu parrot theory. I think it's really dumb. I don't care for it, but yeah. I don't know, man. I think it's really fucking sad that like a series like Dragon Ball will never be able to grow past, oh, these are the things that happened originally in the series, and whenever we get like DLC for mainstay characters or characters that aren't even remotely interesting as far as the overall cosmology of the series goes, I don't know. I could never be fucking excited about Mercenary Tao being a character. Like, why does he get a fucking trailer? Why does Kid Goku get a trailer? Like, I don't know, man. Maybe I just hate nostalgia. Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like, I get the whole nostalgia aspect of it. I listen. It's obviously for nostalgia purposes, but it's like, me personally, yes, but new gen DB fans won't. That's fascinating. That's fascinating to me. I don't know, man. I can't imagine. I'm not even a new DB fan. I watched that shit growing up in a Spanish dub, bro. I can't sit here and tell you. I can't genuinely sit here and tell you like, oh man, it's the coolest thing ever that we're getting a whole new series of characters for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero of all games, and they're all just Dragon Ball characters. Like, cool, fantastic. It feels like this could have been an email type shit. See, like, Zoro, for example, I know you're joking, Christopher. I know you're joking, but, like, Zoro as a character would at least be interesting because... it's like, holy shit, what is Zoro, of all characters, doing in a Dragon Ball series, right? What is Zoro doing in a Dragon Ball game? That would be interesting, even if it's fucking East Blue Zoro for all I care. But come on, really, Kid Goku? Like, how many times are we gonna see Kid Goku, then Kid Goku GT, then Kid Goku Daima, then Kid Goku, Super Dragon Ball Heroes? Like, I'm tired, man. I'm so tired of this shit, man. I don't know. Me personally, I don't think I'm at the point in my life where, at least at this point in my life, I just don't think I can ever be excited about like anything Dragon Ball that isn't something that if it's something that is anything related to anything that happened before Dragon Ball Super came out, I just don't care. Like, I just don't care. You could not pay me to be excited about it. Isn't a new game about John Dragon Ball? Let's keep it 1,000. Yeah. What, the new game? Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3, which is essentially Xenoverse 1 and 2, but this time with the number 3. Not even, just have him jump up into the air very high. Why does Versus Battle Wiki suck? They have Yorichi from Demon Slayer at small city level and relativistic at a low ball. Well, from my understanding of Demon Slayer, that probably isn't the most egregious scaling you could give him, considering that relativistic speeds for a series of characters that essentially don't really have cat powers is extremely impressive. Not everyone needs to be light speed, but if you're asking why Versus Battle Wiki sucks, the answer is extremely simple. Let's see what's on this week's iteration of Rent a Girlfriend. But I'm gonna be so real with you, like, Versus Battle Wiki is not an authority in anything. They're just a community of people. It's just some guys that started up a website. They're also interested in power scaling. They'll have whatever opinions you think people will have over whatever verse. They're all biased. This guy finally left his home. What's his face finally left the house? I'm crying. I have not... Listen, I don't know what the fuck is going on in this series, but this motherfucker, I don't even know his name. This guy right here has been stuck inside this apartment for like, I don't know how many months now that I've just randomly clicked on these fucking chapter pages. And he finally left and actually went out and touched grass and is getting a job. Man, I don't know about you guys, that seems to me like character development. That feels like character development in some sense. Even if everything I hear about this series is just terrible. What do they have here? What's this? Nietzsche's, oh yeah, Nietzsche's Sensei, yeah. That's not a, listen, I don't follow the series, but I do like clicking it. Is bro gonna have a chat with Sage? I don't know. I sent him a message. Not a message. I updated a comment that I left. I don't know if you saw it, midstream. But I made a comment earlier in the stream, and then I updated it like closer towards the end of the stream. I just said like I'm gonna be on at 4 today. If you wanna have a chat, pull up the stream at around 4. I'm down to have a discussion live. Then Sakura gets stabbed by a TSO. Why is this guy saying it's a Rinnegan rod? Because it would destroy the context or the idea that the TSO erase everything that they touch. It just completely destroys that concept. I don't know, guys. What's the most egregious thing that we can find on Versus Battle Wiki? Let's look up what's the most egregious thing we can find on Versus Battle Wiki. Anybody got any verses they'd like to... Oh, that's right. We did do these. Trending searches. Frisk. Sprite. God. 9B. What does that mean? Berries average up to subsonic, higher with C-Train. Immeasurable with peak determination, can react and dodge multiple attacks from Azrael Dreamer, including his Hyper Goner, which can annihilate and consume an entire timeline. For his being able to fully outrun or dodge said attack. Yeah, video game mechanics are super fucking weird, man. Usopp matchups. If you want to do an Usopp matchup, give me a character to throw him up against, and I'll think of something. Please have it just be somebody in JJK or Naruto. I'm not doing like, can Usopp beat a random fucker from My Hero Academia or Black Clover. I can't answer those. I'm curious, do you think any of the Naruto anime scales relative to Pain's anime-only feat where he punches the ground and causes a flood? As far as the manga goes, I mean, I was thinking about throwing that feat into the video since I am going partial into the anime adaptation. God D. Usopp versus Sogeking. The problem with God D. Usopp versus Sogeking is that, like, we've never had them both on screen at the same time, so there's kind of no way to properly account for who's more powerful. Sogeking being the king of Sniper Island and Usopp being a sniper, God D. Usopp being a sniper, obviously creates this bit of a narrative impasse where, like, one character is like the king of snipers, but another one is considered a god among men. So it's like, could a god among men beat the greatest sniper in all of existence? It's kind of rough, you know what I'm saying? The best argument I've seen for TSO raising physical matter when Obito used it against the giant shuriken, and it's still iffy. It's iffy because it's specifically iffy because you actually see some fragmentation throughout the actual panel, and I'm pretty sure you can find some fragmentation as well throughout the anime adaptation. Oda kind of cooked with this rivalry. Oda did cook with this rivalry. It's like Mihawk versus Shanks, right? It's like, it really just comes down to who you like. They got Usopp at country level and FTL. That seems fine for Usopp. I'm completely okay with that. Let's check out what Versus Battle Wiki has to say about Usopp. That's weird. Why do they have Sogeking? Why the fuck is Sogeking in Usopp's, why the fuck is Sogeking in Usopp's fucking post? Like, I don't... That's so weird. Alright, we gotta... Can you guys come report this page on Versus Battle Wiki and, let them know that they got a mistake here? Usopp and Sogeking are on the exact same page. That's really fucking weird. I don't know why they would do that. It just goes to show how absolutely terrible Versus Battle Wiki is when it comes to maintaining objective information about the story. Can Usopp beat Naoya? No, specifically because Naoya is a curse and Usopp does not have cursed energy. Yeah, just a heads up, I don't verse equalize, so any curse versus any character that isn't a curse or a Jujutsu character probably wins. Unless they have some kind of like sealing jutsu. Couldn't help himself to write Usopp with a W. Usopp's gotten brilliant W's. Yeah, Versus Battle Wiki's buns, I agree. Didn't Usopp tank a continental attack from ulti? Did he? What chapter does he do that in? What chapter does Usopp get hit by ulti? What chapter does Usopp fight ulti? 995. 995, 991, 1011. Okay, we'll just pull those up real quick. This is a very nice image, I will say. This is a very nice image. Color. There we go. A question for you, Eon. Have you read Kagurabachi? If so, how do you feel about the way the show is power scaling? Okay, so I have read Kagurabachi in completely... I got you just a second, Christopher, with Tenten versus Usopp. By the way, the answers should just tell you straight up it's Usopp. Tenten has maybe a light speed attack if you count that wind attack. If you count that wind attack that she used against Sasuke alongside Darui and Kankuro, then you can 100% argue that Tenten is at least relative to the speed of light as far as her attacks go, but that's relative to light speed as far as her attacks go, and that's like if you give her every benefit of doubt, and there's kind of no way of scaling her up any higher considering she doesn't have any better feats. Does Gear 5 mean Luffy can beat Jogo? Not necessarily. Not necessarily unless you think that Luffy can somehow get Cursed Energy. Who did that? Okay. So, Move It Samurai, it's those two again from this Clark. Who's the cutie? You'll never get a chance to see Kaido. Special green attack. Okay. Eek! Pepe! Who did that? I'm Nami. My favorite kind of pest control is getting rid of lizards. I hope you're ready for this. Stop hiding behind me. You know what I'll do. Do you? It's that woman. She did it. I'll spray you with, Repticide. That's crazy. That wasn't me talking about whatever. The battle's already started. Do your worst. Hey, your words don't match your actions. You're the one to talk. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Slash attacks. Oh, look. Take in, listen. Ah, so you learned, but it's harder to fight in silence than you think. Jackie, Goki, Juki. You make a pathetic sight right now. The 10 of you have wasted countless towns together. You can't get clobbered while drunk at a party. That's no fun. Hey, Hachua. Okay. Man, I forget some of the shit that happens. I really need to reread through this. Actually, I need to just look through this. Holy shit. That's enough. Kaido, Jack is one of my hand-picked lead performers. I will not stand back and watch as one of my most valued men is killed. I have failed you, Master. No, this does not make you weak. They're just that strong. There's Zulong power that has caused us grievous losses. Yeah. Blast breath slices right through. Pretty cool. I asked a question, but in your opinion, Super Summers or Law? Law hasn't had any scaling since... It kind of depends. Do you think Law has surpassed... Do you think Zoro... If Zoro fought alongside Law or... If you guys... Let me ask you a question. I'll ask you this. Do you think... if Law slash Kid... If Law slash Kid fought Big Mom with Zoro, with Elbaf Zoro, they would win. Okay, I'll ask that real quick. Those headbutts are nasty. Wait till you realize Rooftop Emperor, Luffy, and pre-time skip, post-time skip have different scaling. Those headbutts were nasty. Question for you, Yan. Oh yeah, Kagurabachi. My bad. Okay. My apologies. I forgot to answer your question. Kagurabachi. I've read it completely casually, but I do think that there are some pretty impressive feats as far as Kagurabachi goes, with its very early lightning speed scaling, and with the obvious increase in speed scaling for certain other characters that would likely scale above the guy who used Cloud Stepper. I like the scaling overall. I like some of the hacks as being used. The blind guy, I remember him having essentially the equivalent of flying Raijin, and the ability to essentially like heal himself and others using the flames of the Phoenix, which allows him, as long as he has spirit energy, to fight basically forever. I thought it was pretty fucking insane. I think the Kagurabachi is pretty interesting scaling. I would definitely be down to check it out through and through as I get through the series, but overall right now I haven't... my main focus is just Naruto versus Luffy, so if I don't give you guys a true argument, then sure. It would be continental if you scale ulti over Chinjao and Sai. Onigashima be like, what floor am I on? Eon, does that make you weak? They're just that strong is such a real statement. That's what I'm saying. So many people think that, like, oh, Naruto would be weak because he loses to Luffy, or, oh, the Ten Tails is weak because it loses to, I don't know, fucking Loki. It's like, bro, let's be real here. As far as everything goes, like, no, the Ten Tails would not be weak because Loki could beat it, and no, the Naruto wouldn't be weak because Luffy could beat him. It's literally, will you ever do a versus battle with Loki? I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about doing one with Loki. I can't think of a fight I could do it yet, maybe besides, you saw the Death Cast, Jinbei and Kisame was pure trash. Bro said Kisame can absorb Haki because Imu's Void Sword is taking Luffy's Life Force. Don't tell me that, Jeff. Come on, man. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. Don't tell me Death Battle. No fucking way. What bullshit?
Yeah.
What bullshit? You know how they say, you know how there's like this really, you know how like, okay, across the internet, there's like this argument that like white boys can't dunk, you know what I mean? Like there's like this generalized thing that like white people aren't as good at like certain sports that like other groups of people are better in, you know, like football or basketball, etc., where it's like white boy can't jump, white boy can't dunk, white boy can't run, so on and so forth. At least that's like a stereotype that's used predominantly throughout the internet. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm about to add one of those to it. I'm about to add one of those. White boys can't scale. I don't know why, bro. These guys, like, god damn, bro. What the fuck are we talking about? Kisame can absorb Haki because Imu's Void Sword is taking Luffy's life force. What the fuck are we talking about, dude? Kisame versus Jinbei. I don't think I need to see it to know that Stein Nixos would say Jinbei would win, because Kisame's best scaling revolves around him having to absorb chakra. And guess what? He's fighting against opponents that don't need nor have chakra. Compared to One Piece, the Ten Tails is kind of fodder, yeah, but it doesn't make it a weak character. Like, I don't know, the fact that if you, like, okay, yeah, Luffy loses to Goku, Naruto loses to Saitama, that doesn't make Naruto or Luffy weak because they lose to them, right? It doesn't make the Thing a weak character because he loses to Galactus in a 1v1 unless it's like a specific variant. It doesn't make, I don't know, fuck, it doesn't make, Deku Midoriya, Izuku, or Izuyu, or Izuka, or whatever the fuck his name is. It doesn't make Deku fucking weak because he loses to fucking Ten Tails Madara. Like, characters aren't weak just because they lose to other characters from other series, or even characters within the own context of their story. Like, that doesn't make sense. Kisame is planetary, by the way. He said Biju level chakra, but the other guy did say the gym scales to Big Mom. I wouldn't exactly agree that Jinbei would scale to Big Mom in a fight. You could argue that Jinbei could hurt Big Mom through, like, I don't know, those shockwaves that he sends out, but I would not even remotely make the argument that Jinbei scales to Big Mom specifically. Over this video is hilarious, bro? What do you mean I'm losing my shit over this video? They made a very weird claim, and you're saying that I'm losing my shit. Is this what you considered people losing their shit? What kind of dog shit take is that? A character based on his power level is peak level of stupidity? Liking or hating a character based on his power level is peak level of stupidity? I mean, yeah. You could argue that. Scale the verse to multi or uni. I don't scale Bleach to anything above planetary simply because the cosmology of the verse is extremely weak and most characters rely heavily on hacks over actual raw strength. Does Loki have Rio? I can't answer that. He has armament Haki. Are we going to argue that Loki, whether or not we argue that Loki has advanced armament Haki applications, I can't tell you. I would not be able to answer the question because there's nothing so far that implies Loki knows how to inject Haki into another individual, or that he can use it outwardly in the form of emission. Death Battle has got to have the worst takes of all time. I don't even have excited for their videos anymore. Did you watch the new episode of Bleach? I know you don't care. No, I haven't watched the new episode of Bleach. I'm kind of just waiting for the whole thing to come out. They're hyping it up way too much for what it is. I'm going to be honest with you. It's just Bleach. Find it funny if a Naruto fan at least once hears Naruto loses against Luffy, they can't handle it, while we have a decade of Sakura solos the verse and we are outnumbered. Yeah. Yeah, it's always funny. Do you think Magnet Rasengan can affect Logia's? It affected a being from another dimension, but I cannot argue. I could not sit here and tell you whether or not if you slam a Magnet-style Rasengan against a literal, untouchable element. Sorry. I don't want to say like the element itself is not touchable, because you can touch the element, you just can't interact with it. I don't know if necessarily like a magnet style Rasengan. I mean, I didn't mean it like negatively. I mean, the way you're saying the guy was stupid for Kisame stealing Haki was funny. I mean, no, I get what you mean. It's just like I don't know what to tell you. I don't think I didn't call him stupid per se, just to clear that up. I didn't really call him stupid per se. I don't see how you could even remotely argue that chakra and Haki are the same thing, let alone that Kisame could absorb Haki or that he scales to a planetary Biju. Like, when the fuck are the Biju planetary?
And Jinbei, like, resisted that and fought against the humans. It's bad! It's terrible! It's Why are you guys laughing? You guys are so inconsiderate. Well, so Fisher Tiger, who's the leader of the Sun Pirates, gets killed by humans, I think. and not
What-
been a
what-
fan.
What's the timestamp where the guy says like the weird thing? Is now easily my second favorite villain after Dofi. Hey, what's up, One Smart? Oh, lovely. Yeah, how's it going? How's it going, One Smart? I hope you're having a good day, man. It's going okay for me. It's going okay. Had to run a couple of errands beforehand. I got about 15 minutes worth more of time done in terms of the recording. If you guys want to hear anything with regards to the recording, let me know. I have recent files. There we go. So far I've got about an hour and 17 done. Just all of this just being like all the lines that I've had to make for the characters and stuff. Also did a little bit of sandbag here and there. You guys will be happy to see.
Getting something?
Oh, right. And to help me out with many of the counter arguments that I know people will try to bring up, I will be assisted by the uber handsome and talented, beloved by all, Tank Master General Sandbag.
Oh, was that so hard? What a lovely introduction, Eon. I'm glad that you finally understand that I have a lot more to offer than being a simple punching bag for your deranged thought experiments.
Yeah, put the fries in the bag. Alright, so moving... Yeah. That's just a little sneak preview. Sandbag is back, let's go. Anybody got the timestamp for like the weird shit that... just give me whatever timestamps you guys have over like anything crazy that these guys say. What the fuck is that?
We made. I believe Austin.
I don't recall he has like the same big like chest scar that Luffy does. So Jinbei
Sandbag,
is
go to
crazy,
character.
crazy.
I'm happy you guys
Fishman
enjoy
strong.
Sandbag.
Fishman
Chopper
are
Cannon is not
incredibly
blowing
strong,
up the mood. He's teleporting it. Watch
due
the movie.
I believe it's
How
due to the
far
fact that
is
they're
current Nami will go through Naruto? Yo, current Nami 100% gets through almost everything in Naruto. I think like the only thing you can argue is maybe Kaguya, but that's kind of it. A video for each form. So what's the plan? It's not a video for each form. It's a video taking place in specific portions of the story, pre-time skip, first 100 chapters, pre-time skip, post-time skip up until a certain point for both characters. Wano Luffy versus War Arc Naruto, and then Gear 5 Luffy and Onward versus Sage of Six Paths mode. Skip to 40 minutes for the Chakra Cannon and Kisame being planetary? No fucking way, bro. I'm gonna put it like right here and just go off of this.
I just sent you.
Oh God, let me go get it. 1 second.
What is this? What is this trap?
They
card?
said
What's
Muzan
happening?
would beat Sukuna. They're out of their fucking
Also,
mind.
just named image, so I have to rename it. Love that. Let me go over here.
Let me see,
Good
25
point.
to 35, right? You said
alright.
25 to
Energy.
35? Okay.
Yeah, and these sorts of attacks can affect significantly larger opponents. If you could bring up Jinbei 8,
Yep.
he's able to block an attack from Watatsumi, who is a giant, like I believe he's a pufferfish fishman. He's like absolutely huge. That's Jinbei kicking
It's
his fist.
fist to fist,
Could you bring
yeah.
up
Or
Jinbei
foot to
9,
fist.
Sam?
Yeah.
For the reaction.
Hold
yeah,
on,
he's
let's-
like all
let's
fucked
hear
up.
them out.
He's all sad and a crybaby. Watsumi's a little bit of a crybaby. And then if you could bring up Jinbei 10, this is him using the Fishman Karate Shockwave against Watatsumi. Yeah.
Oh,
You can
jeez.
see the like water bursting over the other side of him. He's actually bigger in this shot than he was before because he's a pufferfish, so he puffs up. So this is his big puffed up form. And those shockwaves can travel all throughout his gigantic ass body. So yeah, Fishman Karate, very useful. We'll get into more abilities for I feel like I'm sort of monologuing. So I'll give Speedy a chance to hop in.
I love
You can keep going.
I love Fishman Karate hidden technique triple exclamation mark yelling about your hidden technique out loud around like not very hidden technique but sure.
How does ellipses to triple exclamation mark work?
Yo,
Like,
they're just
you
doing
say
their
the
thing
line,
in One
and then at
Piece.
the very end you scream it. Like,
Yeah.
Like that?
It's the exclamation
Nikisa, it's not worth. Clearly works. Well, thank you for the super chat. Let's
a little bit hands to Sam.
Neither. Just kidding. I sent not that many.
entire fucking shark. All right.
So I'm
so,
just scraping together stands on the fly. I know everything about Kisame anyway.
I mean, we don't necessarily need.
Yeah,
to
we
talk
don't
about
just
it,
tell
but-
us about
Okay.
Kisame.
Yeah.
So he has a few main things. So one, obviously, he has a
These guys look at the same except the last guy. I don't agree with that. I get what you're saying. I get what you mean. I don't agree with that. I always find it weird when people say like everyone from a specific kind of like race like looks the same to them. I always find that weird. Not from like a oh it's racist or anything perspective. I don't think you are. I know you're not trying to be it or whatever. I mean that more so from a perspective of like there's there are only so many faces that can exist. Yeah, there are only so many kind of faces that could exist across the planet. You could probably find at least like 10 people across the world that all look exactly the same. Whether it's through different ages or sizes, etc. Like, a lot of people tend to have very similar looking faces, I will say that, like, but, I don't know. It's... I was watching a scene from an old series called Drawn Together. You guys can check that out for yourselves. And there was a scene. The show is like completely. The show is all about like being the most offensive it can be, right? I was checking out a couple of like scenes from it because it popped up for me randomly on Instagram when I was like scrolling through some shorts, and one of them was like a way for the characters to see the way that Asian people do when they're driving. So they get like this really fucked up like caricature hat that they put on top of one of these characters. And it very offensive. If you guys like to have that style of humor, then sure, go ahead and check it out. But it got me thinking. Like, there was a scene from it where like they showed essentially an image of two Asian people standing in front of next to each other, but like they're obviously drawn to look the same. And one of the jokes that they make after this character puts on a hat. The Asian stereotype hat is that she says these are two people who look completely different, and I'm like, I mean, yeah, yeah, people, you can pick up more on like distinct features of an individual if you live in a location where like there's more that has more variance in terms of people's cultures, etc. I live in a place where like there's a lot of like variety in terms of like all the different cultures around me. I think I have like, around like the neighborhood that I live in, it's mostly African American and Latinos, but like literally 2-3 blocks down for me, it's like it's more of like a Middle Eastern Asian culture. It's very interesting. All I'm saying is that like it's really interesting to see like. It's really interesting to see when like people say that like a group of people, even if they don't mean it like in an offensive way, like they look similar to them. I'm just like I from like the perspective that a person grows up in a location where a vast majority of people are of a specific kind of race or the same race, then yeah, I can kind of see where they come from with that. What's up with the Shibai Glaze? Why do people think he's multiversal? Because they said he transcended to another dimension or whatever, so they just give him whatever they want. What's good, Aster? How you been, man? Based on strength, I think Watatsumi can take on any tailed beast in a 1v1. Probably. Sometimes they kind of do, because for example, my first time being at an all-white school this year, I could not differentiate them, but could be because I wasn't new to it. Or you mean that you were new to it, right? That's fair. That's fair. This is what I mean, right? It's like if you're so used to going, yeah, Drawn Together is hilarious. Drawn Together is fucked, bro. There's an episode where they have one of the characters, her name is Clara. She's supposed to be like a Disney princess. They introduce her special mentally handicapped cousin into the series, and the jokes that they made were absolutely insane. I would say if you want a show that is completely unhinged in every sense of the word, just check that show out. They made Billy Goat yodeling bagpipe player energy. Alright. Alright. She buys Feetless, a statement merchant bum. That's crazy. Basically the real world, but cranked to 10 for animation. Yeah. Yeah, that show is definitely some shit. I'm not gonna lie. Go back to 38. You said the void stuff.
All the basic like ninja training, so like he can different from a lot of like traditional shinobi. He specializes in swordsmanship.
What do you think Minato passed out in 6777?
And his blade Samehada
Did he use too much chakras?
Very remarkable. So it is a living sword made of shark skin and shark fangs that can absorb the chakra or the spirit energy of anything that it touches or that it bites or that like comes near it, which allows Kisame to absorb massive amounts of energy from his opponents in order to weaken them and bolster his own power. This is so impressive that he was able to drain almost all of the chakra of the Eight Tails Jinchuriki, Killer Bee. Gyuki, the Eight Tails inside Killer Bee, said that nearly all of his chakra was absorbed by Samehada during the fight with Kisame. And again, tailed beasts are gigantic creatures made of near limitless chakra who are capable of firing like gigantic like nuclear blasts from their mouth that can like eclipse like countries. And the Eight Tails, which is the second strongest, was almost like
Bro, whoa, repeat that.
This is so impressive that he was able to drain almost
the Dandadan power. You want me to explain Dandadan power scaling? Yo, there is no way I could explain Dandadan power scaling where I'm at right now in the story, and that is prior to season 2. Like, I've not watched anything in Dandadan prior to season 2. You could not honestly pay me to tell you what the fuck is happening in the series right now. I can't answer that for you. I'm sorry. I definitely want to check it out at some point in the future. I just caught up and I take umbrage with you saying white boys can't scale. Well, I can't scale, but it's not because I'm white. I don't mean that like as a full like online term. I just meant it more so just for the joke because like all 4 guys here are white and the first thing that I was informed of for this death battle was that one of them said Kisame's a planetary being. I was making a joke, but yeah, that shit is crazy. I don't think the tailed beasts have infinite chakra. They really don't. Something higher dimension. That's also a really interesting thing that you brought up, Aster. Yes, Minato did pass out for whatever fucking reason. Dude, I'm gonna be so fucking serious, by the way. Is that really Minato standing on the top of the monument? Sure. By the way, I gotta just be honest here, right? I gotta just be honest. Why the fuck did he? I don't know. Why did he pass out? It couldn't have been using up too much chakra consumption. I mean, I don't see why it would have been the case. Unless Minato was somehow on, like, low chakra reserves or whatever. Also, how the fuck did he take out his jacket? Did he just, like, you know, like wriggle himself out of his own fucking, jacket? Also, notice how the TSO are not destroying... They are not destroying the jacket as they're making contact with it now. It's almost as if the TSO, when not instructed to do it, almost as if expected that when the TSO... It's not Minato downscale. It's not Minato downscale. Let me just say that this is probably just something that Kishimoto wanted to throw in to kind of show like, oh, Kishimoto just randomly passed out. Oh, sorry, not Kishimoto. Minato probably just randomly passed out for an unknown reason. Insert your own headcanon in there. And then and it was just to like show... It was just to like kind of like show that Minato like didn't see what happened as far as like the rest of the world, right? I can't tell you. Like, I'm being honest here when I say I cannot give you a single canon explanation as to why Minato passed out and woke up. Maybe he was just tired, you know? I mean, he teleported a 10 Tails Biju Bomb. He used KCM. He just got a tailed beast extracted from him. He lost both arms. He teleported quite a bit and used the giant Rasengan. I don't know. Honestly, I could not answer. I could not answer why Minato passed out here, and when the fuck he, like, wriggled himself out of his, like, thing. You know, like, that little, like, shimmy that you do to, like, get something off of you when you got, like a bug or something, like, jumps on your back? You know that, like, little shimmy that people do? I imagine that Minato had to do that shit to get off the jacket, because how the fuck did he get the jacket off of himself without, like, either, like, you know, doing, like, a little shimmy? And even then, he must have just, like, landed there, like, thrown himself back, like, sat right up and said, like, fuck it, I'm gonna take, like, a couple eyes of shut-eye. I don't know, man. I have no fucking clue. Is my goat law coming back? I don't know, man. Aren't the Edo Tensei stated to have infinite stamina? Let me look that up for you real quick. Actually, Edo Tensei. Edo Tensei. What chapter is it stated? What chapter is it stated that Edo Tensei have infinite chakra? Infinite chakra. Let me look up one scene specifically, because if I can recall correctly, when does Madara defeat the Kage? You should let the Jutsu caster know. The biggest one's gonna know with infinite chakra. Yeah, right here. Yeah, right here. I was right. So as long as, you know, the signs to weave, a reanimated dead person can actually rescind the Edo Tensei summoning contract from their end, and you end up with the biggest trouble of them all. You've got an immortal body and infinite chakra, and on the move with without any ability to control or restrain it. I was watching Kamen Rider and saw you were live and decided to pop in. Hey, awesome! I really appreciate that, Riku. If anything, I mean, you could always go back. You could always check this out later. I don't want you to stop you from watching Kamen Rider. Have you watched the Death Battle cast, Luffy versus Naruto? They really don't like One Piece. I could gather that, right? Like, this guy literally just fucking said that the tailed beast bombs are dwarfing entire countries. What the fuck are we talking about?
All of the chakra of the 8 Tails own power. This is so impressive that he was able to drain almost all of the chakra of the Eight Tails Jinchuriki, Killer Bee. Gyuki, the Eight Tails inside Killer Bee, said that nearly all of his chakra was absorbed by Samehada during the fight with Kisame. And again, tailed beasts are gigantic creatures made of near limitless chakra who are capable of...
Near limitless chakra is a fucking lie, first of all. Because that would mean that Kisame just absorbed a near limitless amount of chakra. When we power scaling Shrek, whenever anybody sends me a gifted hug, whenever anybody sends me a gifted hug through the internet, and they want me to do yeah, all that stuff. Yeah, Shrek. I'll watch Shrek 1.
Firing like gigantic like nuclear blasts from their mouth that can like eclipse like countries.
That can eclipse countries, he says.
And the Eight Tails, which is the second strongest, was almost like completely absorbed by Samehada over the course of like a chapter. So that's a very big thing that he has is just the ability to drain his opponents. He also possesses a very powerful healing factor. I believe I sent a scan, like an example of this to Sam just now. Kisame 2. Can you pull that up? Hopefully.
While he's pulling it up, he runs through it.
Yeah. So he gets like his like entire torso like blasted out by Killer Bee, and within like a couple panels, he just immediately is able to regenerate all of the flesh that was torn away. You can even see his ribs in like this upper panel here. So if Jinbei is able to inflict any damage on him, like take a bite out of him, anything like that, he's just going to be able to.
Was Madara hoping to blast, distract, slow down guy when he threw the TSO at him? He could have been trying to erase him for all I care. I think they're referring to some data book about somebody have infinite chakra. I mean, there's just a statement right here with Madara. It's just right here. He says, you've got an immortal body and infinite chakra on the move without the ability to control or restrain it. You mean, tell the jutsu caster never use a forbidden jutsu carelessly? We have to fight. We must stop him. So sad. Yeah. Take this, pinky attack. Yeah, Gyuki's about the same size as the... Wait, whoa. Hold on. He summoned this shit on him? Give a shit about any of this. Hold on. Wait, time out. Maybe there's a better comparison for the size than I thought before. Huh. Man, Shane, man. When the fuck does Obito summon the... I would have preferred, but it's only a fragment, but it's not lacking in power. It's taking too long. Oh, I got 2 copies of this. Let me just delete that. Yeah, it's starting to flourish up. Give me 1 second. I suppose, but there's like nothing in between. 72, 73. All right. Now I have to do something specific. Kisame's not even in the top 100. Think Kisame's top 10? Kisame's top 10 what? He's top 10 what, exactly? True Ascension, light novel, Trafalgar Law versus Composite Dragon Ball versus the whole fucking verse? Yeah, have fun trying to argue that. What was it? It's right here. So what is it, 575? When the fuck does Obito summon the Ten Tails? When the fuck did he summon the Ghetto statue? 573. Ah, there it is. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's when he summoned the whole thing. Yeah. 572. So this should go in Naruto, 4th Great Ninja War, Part 2, 1472. Save. Yeah. I don't know why the fuck I don't have these. What the fuck? I guess I completely forgot to grab these. That's on me. Okay, rips them right out, saves the tailed beasts, does the thing. I just learned a whole bunch of hard to pronounce names. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck Madara was hoping to do with Guy. Likely just trying to do the destruction application of the jutsu, but I'm gonna be so fucking real with you when I say nothing necessarily it comes out to headcanon. It comes down to what you think the TSO were being primarily used for. Did you feel that so much power? It has to be the Ninetales? Yeah, detect anything different. Yeah, I don't know, man. The video sounds like an understanding that, the understanding that kids have on a playground. Naruto can Rasengan Earth in half. Pretty much. A One Piece poll I saw online was asking who's the strongest between Zoro, Law, Kid, and Sabo, and I was shocked by how many people are saying that Kid would dodge walk the others. You can definitely argue that Kid is on the stronger end of that list. You can definitely argue that Kid is probably the stronger, at least top 1 or 2. I'm sorry, I gotta be honest with you. Kid is 100% top 1 or 2 in that list. It's one of those two. There's kind of nothing you can really argue otherwise. At least at the time. Zoro is a powerful character, and I know that some people hate the idea of me saying that, Kid or Law could beat Zoro, but it's what does Zoro really have? He's a hockey man. Oh, what is he gonna do? Anti-hockey them? Yeah, because he has as much hockey as a fucking... he has as much hockey as the Yonko, right? The Yonko could prevent themselves from being affected by Law's or Kid's abilities that to the highest extent of their abilities. Therefore, Zoro, who uses hockey, should also be on that level. I don't agree with that. Doesn't Law have way too powerful hacks for Kid? You can argue that his hacks aren't necessarily powerful in terms of outright raw power, but you can 100% argue that his hacks, at least relative to Kid's, would allow him to affect Kid to an extent that is beyond what Kid could likely affect Law, as far as just not applying, as far as just applying his awakening. Who should really be ashamed for being weak, is Eustace Kid or Kiba? Who should really be ashamed for being weak? Eustace Kid is, and at least Eustace Kid has the added benefit of one arguing and saying, oh hey, well, even if you don't like the character or you don't respect him, he did take out a Yonko. There's a very big thing that I feel like people just try to constantly, and I really do mean constantly, try to push, and it's this narrative that Kid just didn't do anything against Big Mom. And I've said this before and I'll say it again. I am not a big Kid fan. I can't sit here and say that I like the character's design. I can't sit here and say that I like all of his abilities. I like some of the constructs that he makes, but I'm not exactly the biggest Kid fan as far as, defending or hoping that the character is awesome or any of that garbage. That's not me per se. What I am, though, is someone who generally believes... Somebody who generally believes that Kid, of all people, is a guy who, regardless of how the series portrays him at time, powerful enough to fight, harm, and defeat Big Mom, even given the circumstances. I don't know, man. I don't think I could sit here and lie to myself about that. I would genuinely argue. By the way, yeah, to the people that say these motherfuckers don't fight on a single goddamn country. Yeah. Let me just bring this up just in case for later on, right? Let me just, because I know that somebody's gonna pop up at somewhere and say some bullshit, right? Yeah. Right here. Shimo Frost region, right here. This area, right here. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know, man. Really weird. Not gonna lie, the slander Luffy is getting right now is so funny. Oh, shit. Am I glitching? Am I? Yeah, we're having issues. My bad. My apologies. Yeah. We're having an issue because I forgot to fucking put back my, wait, what the fuck? I am on Ethernet. What the fuck? Why am I having bad connection? I'm on Ethernet. That's so weird. You have to have a handicap to get a ring out? I'm good now? Are we good? I would give 60% to Law and 40% to Kid. They landed about the same number of hits. I'll be honest, when I counted it on, when I counted it for that one video, they had about the same number of hits. And I thought Lebanon was the only glitchy AI of the two. Alright, that's funny. No, it's not just you. It's not just you. It was me. I'll, let me just show you guys. There are no issues. I appreciate that. Thank you. I did make when I did make the Kid versus Zoro video. When the fuck did I make that, actually? Ah, right here.
The 20 to 30 broken bones Zoro suffered from after he tanked the Conquest of the Sea. After he scarred Kaido and passed out from the fight, which
Yeah, like, if you go by the manga, Kid lands 3 less hits than Law. Out of 15 hits, Kid lands 3 less hits than Law, so yeah, 60% if you're going by the anime, 60-40. If you're going by the anime, you're probably right. And I only give Law more hits taken because they were essentially getting punched the hell up. You're saying that there's no sound? Yeah, it's picking up my thing, so it's probably you. Yeah, the reason why Kisame was planetary is due to the chakra cannon. Yeah, that shit is ridiculous to me. Kid got the Renji treatment, but at least he wins, unlike Renji's bum ass. I'll probably stick more to colorful stuff. But what are your thoughts on edited manga thumbnails like the Luffy versus Jogo one I showed you a while ago? Luffy versus Jogo one? You sound fine. Did you send it to me through DMs? I forgot. Luffy versus Jogo? Damn, I forgot. Did we send it on stream? Or was it on stream that you showed it to me? I don't know why Omni-Man... It was in DMs from ages ago. I would say, yeah, no, stick to colorful stuff, yeah. I would say, yeah, no, people... A catchy thumbnail... A catchy thumbnail is... yeah. Was it... No, it wasn't this one, No. Basic idea, I got more, but a couple of slander. No hockey. Oh, these were good. These were really good. Yeah. Actually, no, it's not in DMs. The fuck? Huh. Well, it's alright. Well, it's fine. The way that Omni-Man looks right there saying you should have been killed at birth is crazy. Oh, I just passed them? I did? Oh! Oh! Yeah. My bad. Yeah. Yeah, my bad. The largest kid chart is the exact same type of shit I see from K-pop stands. It's so funny to me. I mean, to be fair, though I didn't get the idea, it probably is the same. Yeah, I mean, if you could get like a colored panel of this, I think it would be really fucking good. I think it'd be really funny. If you can get that like in color, I think that would be really funny. K-pop, yeah, it kind of looks like the sports stats as well, like how many balls hit. Have you guys ever been to a baseball game, by the way? There's kind of no way to tell what the fuck the score is unless you're actively watching baseball. I remember looking at like all the monitors trying to figure out what the fuck the team's score was when last Monday.
Again, isn't even remotely true.
Okay, so yeah, the Edo Tensei 591 was that the chapter with Madara? What the fuck did these guys have Usopp at? Country level. They have Usopp at country level, and why do they have him at country level? What the fuck did Usopp do that puts him at country level? Speed, attack potency, grow up, Kuro, Kabuto stops Zoan page 1 with a Dokuro Bakuhatsu, so with his Hanabi Banana and Baku Bokuri, he left bruises on, pushed back, and made hybrid form page 1 spit up blood, and the heat from his attacks was too much for Nami. Hold on, didn't page 1 and Sanji fight earlier in the arc? Yeah, page 1 and Sanji fought at one point, and Sanji needed to use a raid suit in order to not so much fight page 1, but he needed a raid suit in order to, like, conceal his identity, right? What chapter does Sanji fight page 1? What chapter does Sanji fight page 1? 9:30 through, yeah, okay, 9:30? Yeah. So he transforms, he does the thing. Yeah, but page 1 against Sanji, he's still able to knock Sanji away, so that is impressive, but not really much. It's kind of it. Doesn't really do anything else. Anything else regarding this fight? Damn. No, there's just nothing else regarding this fight. No, they just got away. Was that the end of it? Really? Dude, I really gotta read through Wano, man. I really need to read through Wano. I'm gonna have to ask to change the design for me. Okay, so it wasn't really like a fight. They're called runs. I don't disagree. They have Chopper at like moon level. I think there's no way fucking Chopper is at moon level. Chopper. Alright, God, I love Chopper's... I love this design for Chopper. God, that's cute. God, Chopper looks great. You guys hate the fact that, like, Chopper kind of lost most of his fucking points? I hate this shit, man. Like, I liked seeing Chopper's old designs, man. All of his, like, different forms, and he's barely got any. What the fuck? They really... Monster Point at moon level with Monster Point. Took hits from full Zoan Queen. Island level should be at least as durable as before. Moon level with Guard Point. Tanked attacks from Saint J. Garcia Saturn with higher with Monster Point. How the fuck do you even get Saturn to moon level? I could live with it, but Monster Point got ruined by the time skip. What do you mean it got ruined? All it did is now that he's now not... all it did was give Chopper the ability... The only real difference is that Chopper can now kind of like talk and move around in Monster Point. You wanted him to still be a monster in post-time skip? Come on, man. Give Chopper the win. He's got a giant transformation that lets him, you know, be a giant monster or whatever. I guess it does lose aura. Where do they have the others? Let me look up Nami. Nami One Piece. That's baby girl right there. That's... Damn. That's definitely baby girl. I would call her wifey at this point, but if Letty's here, she would fucking German suplex me all the way from her job. He doesn't just talk now, though. He's literally just himself, but bigger now. Yeah! I know you've seen him fucking dancing. Yeah. Yeah, what? Come on, bro. You're gonna tell me you don't like giant Monster Point dancing Chopper? Telling people that he doesn't... come on now. Giant Monster Point Chopper is great. What are you talking about? Dancing... Okay. What chapter does Monster Point Chopper fight Queen? 107. Alright, sweet. 107. I gotta learn the Wano chapter thresholds. I really gotta learn these shits. Okay, so he transforms. When do we get to the other Chopper stuff? Alright, then there's the Luffy and other guys stuff. Yeah. Yo, what the fuck is gonna happen in One Piece once Luffy has to run it back with Emu? I wonder how long that shit's gonna fucking take. Because recent chapters? Holy fuck, Luffy's gotten fucked up by Emu. Come on. Okay, so he got knocked out. Dodges it. When the fuck does Chopper do the dance? Okay, what chapter does Chopper do a funny dance while in Monster Point? What chapter does Monster Point Chopper do a funny dance? Do a funny dance. Oh! No. It wasn't in Wano. I'm misremembering. It wasn't in Wano. It was in Fishman Island when they were all doing like the big fight thing, and Chopper goes, yeah. This is when like they're all trying to like now show off their new abilities or whatever, and yeah. When the fuck does Chopper use Monster Point in Fishman Island? Okay, he does that. Okay. Wait. What? Okay, so I just don't have it either. What the fuck? I'm still missing chapters. How am I still missing chapters? Does Monster Point Chopper appear Fishman Island? When the f... Does Chopper use Monster Point in Fishman Island? I don't want the episode. Give me the fucking chapter number. Chapter. This is bullshit! Alright. By the way, I'm not looking at chat if you guys are screaming it at me. I just need the chapter where, like, Chopper uses Monster Point, but it's not popping up. What the fuck? Alright, Monster Point. Alright, Kumadori, all that garbage. I don't care about any of this. I hate when the page tries to fix itself. Stop trying to fix yourself, page. I don't care. Alright. Monster Point, yeah. Transformation grants tremendous boost. Offensive-wise, Dumb Kingdom, yeah. With 2 Sorrows, True Monster. 407. It's chapter 407. That's what we needed. Wait, what? That statement observes as body man maintain. Okay. 512. Okay, we don't care about that. Kuma flying. Monster Point was referred to. This is over limit chopper. Okay, rampaging chopper. After time skip, has the ability to use it for approximately 2 to 3 hours. 648. That's the chapter I needed. 648. 648. There we go. There is no way I'm still missing. Ah, there it is. There it is. There it is. Yeah, you telling me this isn't fucking peak? You're telling me this right here isn't peak? You're telling me a giant version of Chopper as large as a tailed beast doing it? Gotta get the whole manga like me? Yeah, type shit. So is Nami star level? Oh, yeah, my bad. My bad, guys. Have you ever read? I have not read Alita Battle Angel. I do not know it, and I did. And when I saw the movie, I was like, this is fine. I'm not that much interested. I'm very much so not interested. They're really good at Alita / Gun is adorable. I did not care for it. Sage dropped another video on Naruto vs. One Piece villains. If you want to check it out, I have a feeling you're not gonna like it though. Last Panda, I want you to pull up that video that you're referencing, and I want you to look at Sage's big comment where he says he forgot a bunch of shit. I want you to look at that comment real quick. Check the replying comment. They have Nami at fucking small planet level. Country level, briefly incapacitated hybrid ulti with a Thunderlands tempo and injured with an electrical attack after she hurt Tama. Far higher with Zeus, incapacitated hybrid ulti. Moon level with soul infused climb attack. Zeus could help deflect Yuki form St. J. Garcia's Saturn legs. Small planet level with strongest attack damaged Flame on. S-Shark can momentarily stun him with a lightning blast. Injured St. J. Garcia Saturn. When the fuck did this happen? One Piece chapter 1077? What the fuck? No way. Ah, damn it. I wish she was holding me like that. I ain't gonna lie. Damn it. Alright, we have to check out the black and white pages. I'm gonna lose all my color. Alright, where is it? Funny thing is, she should have AP somewhere in the ranges of Big Mom she can do since she has Zeus. I'm aware of that. I'm just like, damn, they're really saying that for Nami. It's crazy. I never watched the movie, but from what I hear, it butchered the material. Fair enough. Fair enough. Alright, so what could she do? Here we go, Zeus. I'm ready. He's not a child. He hurt our friends and he destroyed Edison. He's a killing machine. He's not cute. He's not a child. That's right, Nami. Don't hesitate. Close your eyes if you need to. Just shoot me out and I'll do the rest. Lightning blast. Did he have his flame out? He did have his flame out. Wait, no, it looks like his flame turned off once he got hit. What the fuck? He does have his flame off. Hold on. Nami attacks S-Shark. S-Shark. Straw Hats versus S-Shark. Yeah. That's when he hits her. No, that's not it. Okay, so he clearly has the flames behind his back, right? This is the bullshit side of power scaling. W Nami at small planet. Nami is planetary just by clubbing ulti. But I think, yeah, she should definitely have AP. You ranked Pain so low below Katakuri in your other video. Don't really properly scale Naruto's jutsus. You've held out on Kaido just to make Kaido win. Is pretty wild. Do you want to have a live conversation with chat right now as to why I disagree with everything you've just said? Or would you like to just have a back and forth with me in chat where you're gonna bring up some bullshit arguments that I've already heard. You're probably gonna say that Pain scales higher than what I put him at, even though you have no way of quantifying Pain's scaling besides him being city level because he wiped out the village, the hidden village in the Leaf. And then you're gonna be like, man, I'm either just not ready or I just wasn't prepared for this. Like what are we gonna do here? T8M Book Sky, whatever the fuck your name is. I'm just gonna call you Sky. I'm gonna call you Book Sky. So what do you want to do here? You want to have a convo, or are you just gonna do the same thing? I'm disliking the video. Enjoy your day, sir. You can dislike it as much as you like. I could give two shits about whether or not you like or dislike my video. Weren't you gonna have a debate against Sage? I never said I was gonna have a debate with him. I just said I was gonna have a chat with him. I just saw the comment. My bad. Yeah. You're fine. You're fine, Last Panda. No, I wasn't gonna debate Sage. I just let him know in the comment of his video that I would be streaming today. And after 4 p.m. and I got on after 4 p.m. and, you know, he's not here, so, yeah, it's not a debate I wouldn't have necessarily. Only issue I have with the latest series is that they retconned the endings of a prior series, like Last Order just tossed out the last arc of Battle Angel. Still love Last Order, though? Cool. Peter, I just want to talk to him. I just want to talk to him. As I pull up with a... As Peter Griffin was pulling up with a shotgun. Okay, so let's finish this up. Okay, that's right, Nami. Don't hesitate. I don't care about any of this. Okay. Lightning Blast. Let me, speed this up. Okay, it is sped up. Nami defeated Ulti, who were already heavily injured by Big Mom, so it doesn't even count, even if that's an ancient Zoan Eater. I agree it doesn't fully count. But you gotta give it to Ulti. She has insane durability. Not durability, endurance. Ulti has insane endurance. At least give Ulti that, right? Tanking an attack from Big Mom... Tanking Big Mom's most powerful attack at the time, I think is kind of insane, to be honest. Okay. Yo! Did anybody see that? Did anybody fucking see that? Alright, I'm gonna slow it down for you guys. Is Ulti the strongest Tobiropo, at least feet-wise? She was gonna force Luffy to go Gear fucking 4 against her. If you think that all of the other Tobiropo can force Gear 4, can force post-Wano Luffy, who can make Kaido bleed, go Gear 4th, then sure, go ahead. She's probably one of the on the stronger end. Okay. Alright. Look at it slowly. Look at this image slowly. Pay attention. Look at the flame. I'm going to let it go. Pay attention to the flame. As a matter of fact, I'll do you all an even bigger favor. I'm going to lower this down to 1/4 of the speed. Look at this shit. Yo, the animators or Oda, somebody at some point said during the fucking meeting to like design this shit, they must have said to themselves, yo, real talk, Nami, I'll even do you this kindness. Bro, they must have said, yo, there's no way that this shit would be consistent with Zoro fighting King. The Lunarians cannot just have some random lightning weekends. These motherfuckers literally said, alright, you know what? Fuck it. If Oda even remotely messed up, let's just have S-Shark remove the flame from his back. Why the fuck he's doing this? I can't tell you. But this shit right here is fucking self-reporting right now. Yo, this nigga is a double agent, bro. I'm crying. Yo, S-Shark has me crying, bro. There's no way they had to turn off the fire from his back just to make this scene. I am crying. If it was Zoro, his flame should have been on 24/7. That's what I'm saying, bro. If it was literally any other character, if it was Zoro, I promise you, this flame would never go off, bro. God damn. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. I don't know why, but seeing, yo, I don't know why, but seeing, yo, I don't know why, but seeing Zeus pop up right here is too funny to me, bro. Oh, the little, oh shit, let's not hear this. This was about to become one of I can't say the word, but this was about to become very foul for our ears. Make S shark face an emoji. Alright. That's great, man. That's great. Oh, and then he just casually turns it back on mid-attack. He just casually, he turns it off before the attack happens. He turns it back on. He's like, oh shit. Oh shit, I fucked up. Oh shit, I should have turned the flame back. I should have never turned the flame off. Bro still had it on. Bro took the full brunt force of the hit. He took the full brunt force of the hit and then immediately turned that shit on like, bro, I completely fucking miscalculated what this girl with the talking baton could do, bro. Jesus Christ. You think he turned off? Alright, so now this creates a bit of a fucked up scenario. This creates a bit of a fucked up scenario because, and let me just explain what I'm saying to you guys right now. You think, how the fuck are we supposed to turn? I'm getting to that. Do you think that S Shark turned off his flame so he could dodge the attack and Zeus was just, holy shit, let me not click M again. Do you think that S Shark turned off his flame just so he could dodge the attack and Zeus was still far too fast? You think that's what it was? That's how we're supposed to interpret it? He tries to turn off his flame to dodge the attack and he just couldn't fucking do it. What chapter is this? I need to check this. He misclicked. Yeah, bro, misclicked. You clicked. I got you right now. It's chapter 1077. It's chapter 1077. He has it right here. 1077. He has the flame on, and then he still looks like he has the flame on, and Zeus tells her to close her eyes, and here he does it. That's all I have. He was in a defensive position. This is just a mistake. Astrobadia, yeah, he misclicked. That's the kind of answer, I'm telling you, man. Toye is Zoro's PR team. After all, he's like the Rocks with his contract. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's like the Rock with his contract. Yeah, Zoro's never allowed to... When Zoro said, I will never lose a fight again, this man Oda said, and I took that personally. I'm crying. He was going to counter her attack against him, but Zeus was too powerful. Now you can just argue Zeus was too fast, dude. What the fuck is the point of turning off your flame if all it does is make you faster? Science scaling. Who's the better science man? Vegapunk, Urahara, or Orochimaru? Fuck, man. I have no way of answering that. Orochimaru could transform his own body into a giant fucking snake through experimentation. Urahara is fully aware and understands. Urahara is fully aware and understands exactly what he... Sorry, I had some buns in my face. Urahara basically follows a completely different fictional form of science that introduces spirit-based particles and spirit-based science. How the fuck am I supposed to compare that to real-world physics and math? And Vegapunk just kind of understands like every single real-world science as far as I'm concerned. Just better than most people. I don't know, he seems in a defensive position. Did he change his mind mid-attack? That's what I'm saying! How the fuck am I supposed to tell you? I feel like if we were to talk about, like, overall who knows the most types of sciences, etc., I would probably argue Vegapunk. Urahara seems to be an expert when it comes to, like, soul-based science. I'm just gonna tell you straight up, Urahara seems to follow soul-based sciences which have no real-world comparison, and Orochimaru does a lot of genetics testing and genetics experiments. Honestly, his flames are not visible while lightning is passing through him. Other than that moment, we can say he has them on, so Nami dealt damage to flame on. Fuck it. Actually, the anime adaptation gives us a better interpretation of what could have happened on the scene, and in the anime adaptation, it shows that he clearly turned off his flames. So, in fact, one can easily argue that, yeah, the anime adaptation is probably like the best way to go about it. I'm gonna go with like the anime adaptation that you don't see the flame on for like he turned it off for like a split second. He was trying to aura farm by turning his flames on last minute and fucked it up. Yeah, no. Bro was trying to style on Nami and ended up misclicking. Bro ended up clicking L1 instead of L2. Bro missed, no. Bro missed the perfect frame. Bro missed the perfect frame trick. So let me just explain to you guys what happened here. I'm gonna explain to you guys what happened here. So in speed running, right? So when you're speed running, right? And S Shark is trying to speed run his way to beating the fucking Straw Hats. That's why he's doing this. S Shark, I mean, look at him. He's literally built. He literally looks like a speed runner. S Shark is literally built like a speedrunner, and there's a frame perfect input that S Shark tried to pull off in order to get a glitched run that would get him behind Nami. This is all just part of the video game, guys. This is all just part of the Matrix. S Shark was trying to perform a speed running glitch where by turning off his flame at a perfect frame with a perfect frame input that's like 1/60th of a second, he was going to try and like avoid Nami's attack by essentially you building up infinite energy and popping up behind her, but he fucked up the frame perfect input because his controller lagged. That's what happened. I'm telling you right now. No, they're trying to emulate a task, but Vegapunk wanted to give them some human, some realm for human, for human error. He wanted to make them as close to humans as possible. He tried to make the fucking AI Clanker as close to humans as possible, so he gave them real world human flaws. He was in the zone. Bro, if he was in the zone, he missed the quick time event type shit. Yeah, he missed the frame perfect input. That's crazy. Vegapunk separated his bodily functions, gravity boots, light gloves, teleportation that bends time and space, created powers via Devil Fruit users. Remember, Smiles is copying from him, yeah? Yeah, and Kisuke Urahara uses a science that we don't know even remotely the makeup or the confines of the science, so it's not exactly a real way to compare Kisuke Urahara. It just basically devolves into, and we could just argue that like spirit-based science or particles and stuff like that is easier to turn into like small everyday objects than, let's say, actually messing with like, you know, real world sciences. I don't know, man. We didn't see much of Orochimaru science, so Vegapunk over Kisuke or Orochimaru, in my opinion. Yeah, that's fair. I think that's fair. You could probably put Kisuke, Vegapunk, Orochimaru. You could probably do it like that as well. I would say if like you had to throw in another character, I would say probably Amado in there. It would probably be like it could probably be a toss-up at that point. You could definitely argue it's a toss-up if you throw in Amado. Just like you did with Lebi, or did you hire someone? What are you talking about? I didn't make any I didn't make Lebi. Her parents made her. Her parents, her real world human parents that are wonderful human beings and who are absolutely lovely. I found out like a week or two ago that her mom calls me dear when she's referencing me. It made me so it made me so happy to hear that. I'm like, oh, the family likes me. Also, robotics and also DNA related things. I thought the flames going off only increased attack. You're not a brainlet. It increases durability. It decreases durability. It increases durability, decreases speed, increases speed, decreases durability if it's off. But yeah. I don't know, guys. It seems to me like the animators just solved a bit of an issue with the death battle. Vegapunk, Amado, Kisuke, Orochimaru. To be honest, Caesar probably better than Kisuke too. I don't know if I agree with that. I think the pacifista turn off their flames not to get faster, but to use green blood, which S Shark tried to use in the animated version of the scene. I mean, it doesn't really imply he tried to do anything. It just showed he took the hit. It kind of just goes to show that he took like the full brunt of the hit. I finally watched a new Avatar movie. Plastic surgery versus natural. Alright. I throw in Dr. Gero. Yeah, Dr. Gero is crazy. He made a fucking infinite energy source for the, Dr. Gero is unironically more impressive than Vegapunk from an energy making perspective because he actually developed a way to make infinite energy engines for the androids, energy sources for the androids. I think that was extremely impressive as far as feats go. He was able to make cyborgs and androids capable of one-shotting planets and dwarf stars using data gathered from characters, fractions that powerful. You could imply it still upscaled Nami since S-Shark felt that he needed to turn the flames off and try to avoid the attack. If he was confident in tanking the flames on, he had nothing to worry about. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Or it could just be a moment where, like, yeah, let's just fuck around and just give Nami the feet. I don't know, man. Feels so weird. Feels weird. I could definitely see some bullshit being argued. I can definitely feel some bullshit that's gonna be argued whenever I get around to the final portion of the video, or the final scene. By the way, did you guys hear about this? So there's a lady named Cheyenne Bryant, who essentially acted as she was a licensed therapist or a licensed psychologist and made a lot of content off of it. And she was found out to not have an entire. It was found out that she never got her degree, and she tried to pass it off with her saying that it was some issue it was some hyper specific issue that happened with the people that were supposed to give her degree from her online school, and it just never did. It was some crazy ass shit, dude. Also, I did watch the EDP documentary, bro. I saw the documentary trailer. I'm not gonna lie, I was laughing. I was laughing from the moment that the lawyer showed up. That they showed like a scene of the lawyer saying, "I argue that under no circumstance." Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find the portion of the video. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I know we're talking about power scaling, but let me just see if I can find this real quick. There's a scene specifically where like they bring up the oh, right here.
P445, you need to stop doing this documentary.
When I saw that portion of the fucking trailer, I was in tears, brother. I was fucking crying. I'm like, there is no way that you got a lawyer, an actual lawyer, to tell you under no circumstance you should make this documentary, bro. Yeah, EDP is a terrible motherfucker, but holy shit was that funny. What's up, guys? Alright. I think Jinbei versus Kisame will actually become a death battle, by the way. They do a lot of these broad podcasts for matchups. Few of them end up happening. I hope not, because I really hope that they don't make some bullshit argument for fucking Kisame, bro. There's just no fucking way. What does this guy make? Poop stink situation's insane. Alright, I'm watching that later. Hearing a 50-something-year-old man say EDP 445 is all types of funny. It's crazy too, because there's a Yu-Gi-Oh card called DPE. You just gotta change put the E from the front to the end. There's literally a Yu-Gi-Oh card called DPE, Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer. Does Advanced Armament Hockey give a bigger amp than regular Armament Hockey, or is it the same? It says it's at a different level. It's stated to be like at a different level. When you take it one level higher, you can inject it with your opponent, and then they stated something about it being much more powerful because of it. I can find the scan for you right now. One moment, please. Queen became a thing. Yeah, right here. Okay, so hockey, it can be... So this is in reference to armament hockey. It can be used for defense like invisible armor, or it can be converted into offensive force, offensive use, to great effect. But when you go one level beyond that, the hockey you wield can penetrate the enemy's interior and destroy them from the inside, thus making it much more powerful. So you can argue that it's just the same. You can argue that it's just the same amount of hockey, just that it's one level above, meaning that like the next level of hockey is just to just inject it into the opponent. But you can also argue that because of the way the statement's worded, it could imply that it's actually increasing the power of one's hockey. That's old news. A lot of people are fake doctors. Dr. Phil, Dr. Umar. No, Dr. Umar Johnson actually does have an actual degree. I think he actually has a real degree. And I think, doesn't Dr. Phil also have an actual fucking degree? Isn't he also like a licensed therapist? Dr. Oz aren't no damn doctors. Shaq is actually a doctor since I think he has a few. You can look up doctorate degrees. Let me look that up real quick. Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil. Phil. Is he a real doctor? Is a doctor because he holds a PhD, but he is not a medical doctor. Okay, so he's not a medical doctor. You said Dr. Umar Johnson. Yo, the shit that Dr. Umar Johnson for a time was saying, Dr. Umar Johnson is a real doctor? Is a real doctor of psychology, but he's not a medical doctor and does not hold a license to practice clinical psychology. He holds a PsyD, a doctor of psychology, in clinical psychology for the Philadelphia College of Osteopathic Medicine and is certified school psychologist. Okay. So yeah, they are doctors. Yeah, but the thing is that she was giving people who were literally paying her The fastest pal in the world? Let me see this real quick.
Okay, so I was completely wrong, because this fat, chonky whale, Panthalus, might actually be the fastest pal in the game right now. So I did a test with my friend, and I was genuinely surprised by the results. My friend was using Eidolon Ignis with these passives, while I was running these passives on the fat...
Sorry. I just wanted to check that out real quick. Alright. You guys should see this scene, by the way, if you guys haven't.
Fly! Fly! Fly, you fat fly! Both of belongs to better than a fly! Fly! Higher! Higher! Oh, shit! Woo!
Just seeing my live stream pop up is so funny to me. I don't know why. Does having the flames on or off impact AP and or DC? Absolutely not. Does not impact anything whatsoever, besides speed and durability. But I guess people call Future Sight advanced observation hockey, so who cares? If they do a Kisame versus Jinbei and Kisame wins, I'm calling it garbage. You can call it whatever you want, regardless of the outcome. When I was like in 6th grade, I think my English teacher had a PhD in English and made us call him doctor. That's funny as fuck. Sounds like some bullshit, to be honest. Yeah, I remember they said he didn't have doctorates. He didn't have doctorates. Oh, fair. Where the fuck is he? When Hyogoro mentions how Wano dudes call it Rio, he's referencing hockey in general, not just armament. Now Marco's confused me. Okay, shortest video on YouTube. Alright. That's what I gotta be doing, man. Code Rapid fulfills my craving for speed. Yeah. Let me see if Sage, SB Sage. Let me see if Sage ever actually like saw my comment. Let me see if he actually ever saw that.
A lot of villains to get through, but luckily for Naruto.
Okay, I don't. No, these are all replies that we already checked out. Let me see this again. I forgot to add these sections in the video. Okay, tell him Eon. No, I don't think he saw this whatsoever. I don't think he saw this whatsoever. By the way, I just finished Expedition 33 for the second time. Verso's ending made you cry. Verso's ending was really good. When we saw the Mael ending and then we saw the Verso ending right afterwards, mind you, all you really need to do is just like choose a prior save file and just go back in. When I did that with my girlfriend... By the way, how did you beat the final boss? Because I went into the final boss when I played Expedition 33. I aimed at him with a shot, and I basically one-shot them in an instant. I didn't even actually get to see what the final boss can do. It refers to the same power. Ryo is a cultural term for armament hockey like Mancha was for observation hockey. It's fine. It's fine. You think Sage is just rage-baiting these takes? They're super out there. I don't think he's rage-baiting. I think he actually believes half the stuff that he says. I think that he, at least to an extent, does believe some of the stuff that he tries to argue. I don't think that he is just, like, saying it for the sake of it, just to, like, just to rage bait. I don't think he's doing it. I don't think he's doing it for just attention. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, some of the responses that he gives a lot of people, they really do come off. So Smoker and I guess Caesar Clown can only be bested by Last Arc Naruto. Unfortunately, bro. Yeah. Yeah, I think he actually believes this stuff. Let me see newest comments. Let me see some of the newer stuff that people were saying. I will debunk any way for One Piece to get to star level Narutards are actually ridiculous. Any version of Naruto dies in One Thunder Bagua. When Zoro got hit by the light beam on Sabaody, he still hadn't recovered from any of the light speed fight leading up to the point. Show the actual thing and you will see Sanji say, damn it, he still hasn't recovered yet. Kuma's pads are definitely light speed. While Chakra is not Haki, it should be able to interact with Logia users due to the fact that it can manipulate natural elements. With Naruto being to use all Chakra, okay, yeah, all that garbage. This would be the worst part that I ever came across. The explanation for One Piece was so inconsistent with your argument. The whole video was downplaying most of One Piece. We can debate this on Discord. You can explain to me where and when I'm being biased. Oh, I could do that throughout the whole thing. But when and where, my brother in Christ, I'll just show you. Just watch the video. What do you mean? Yeah, it's not close. One Piece scans. Good video. Anybody else that comes at me usually come here. Kizaru is an actual light Logia user who can turn himself into photons. We know this because he is undoubtedly a genuine Logia. Fire is fire, sand is sand, smoke is smoke, Aika is ice. Katakuri can turn himself into a mochi despite being a Paramecian, saying Otherwise, it's fan fiction. The same goes for Kizaru. You can always try again. What does he say? What does he say? He couldn't escape the explosion, but he weaved his head out of the beam's way. Even after it was fired, the beam was already halfway towards Zoro before he started moving with intent to avoid. Imagine sending someone else's video and using circular reasoning when you think you're some kind of a genius. Using some headcanon or theory as to why Logia user in a particular cannot turn into the designated natural element without acknowledging how fucking stupid that is. How you might actually be the real Einstein. Here's my actual reasoning. Okay. This guy commented on my video before, too. This guy commented on my video before saying that if I learn how to do pixel scaling, it would do wonders. Attempting to calculate the values that the story presents you is what power scaling general is. Correct. It is attempting to calculate it. Attempting to calculate it is... Calculate it. Attempting to rationalize the statements and feats the author / story presents is what power scaling is all about. To rationalize / interpret these statements and feats, the author / layers is what power scaling is all about. Trying to calculate it, trying to quantify it through calcs, real world physics / math, and pixel scaling is one way of going about it. Pixel scaling is one way of going about it, but it does not mean it's the best way, let alone the only way to do it. In order to find an unknown height of an object, we gotta compare it to something that we do know, like the height of a character that the writer reveals via the bonus pages or how many characters. But if the character isn't in the same shot with the known object, then you can find an object that's in panel in regards to both. We know Zoro's canon height compares height to the canon size. It's canonically larger than Zoro. The manga drew it as such. But it does not mean it's the only or best way to do it. The problem with using this metric is that you have to genuinely believe that the author of a series, that the authors of these series are drawing every single panel and character to perfect narrative scale. You can easily find panels where the characters are relatively larger or smaller than they are, or smaller they should that impossible to the values, besides the values, no matter how you choose to go about it, are headcanon, regardless you think they are. are objectively headcanon, regardless of how consistent. Objectively headcanon. Okay, sorry about that, guys. You think Sage is just rage baiting? Yeah, no. Yeah, definitely not. The first time I heavily nerfed myself since I was over-leveled. The second time I fought him at about the correct level and accidentally one-shotted him with a counterattack. That's funny as fuck. Someone tried saying Kizaru's plasma not made of photons. Yeah. That Sage. People will do anything to say a guy made of light cannot move at light speed. While you don't use Calix or pixel scaling personally, I'd say learning how they work to use them would still be a useful skill when talking about people who do. I don't really, but that's the thing, and I understand where you're coming from with that, but that's the thing. It's like, what use does it really bring me to know how to pixel scale? What use does it bring me? Because if I were to do the pixel scaling myself, if I were to train myself to learn how to do the math, the science, to do the comparative shots, to do all of the logic that people use to define pixel scaling, if I actually went out of my way to do this, you could say, well, it does help you at least make better counter arguments for other people or other characters, but there's one singular massive issue with it, and it's the following. No matter what, no matter how, no matter what the scaling is, no matter what the pixel scaling says, no matter who I'm talking to, and no matter what the conversation or the topic of conversation is about, the simple, objective truth of the matter is that scaling, especially when it comes to pixel scaling, calcs, etc., is subjective. All of power scaling is subjective to an extent. So even if I'm talking to somebody, right, like you mentioned right here, right, like you said right here, I'd say learning how to work with them and use them would still be a useful skill to have when talking to people who do, instead of just tossing them out wholesale. The issue is that at the end of the day, if the argument that the person brings me comes entirely from pixel scaling, hey, what's up, Crowns? If the argument that people try to use from pixel scaling, all I can say is you can choose to believe you're scaling, you can choose to believe the argument, but this metric that requires me to believe that the series uses every single bit of math, science, and physics that all embody and resonate with real-world math, science, and physics to a T, essentially doesn't jive with me. Like, you can choose to believe it, you can choose to go out of your way to do that, but I'm not going to agree with any line of scaling that uses pixel scaling. I don't have to. I can say, if you choose to believe that, then you are fine, but I'm sorry. It just is what it is. It's just people trying to prove whose headcanon has more evidence to back it up. Oda, Kishimoto, and the manga could come out tomorrow. Yeah, I know. They could all come out tomorrow and say that all... Listen, Kubo, Oda, and Kishimoto could all come out tomorrow and say that Bleach, Naruto, and One Piece are all equally as powerful. That they are all just as powerful as one another. Or they could, or like you said right now, they cap out at mountain level and would destroy every meta out there. You are 100% right, Alex. The writers of the story could 100% say, hey man, just being honest here, I think all of our characters are mountain level, and there's genuinely nothing we can say or do about it. If they say, yeah, no, all the scaling that we said, it's all hacks, or it's all just over-exaggeration, hyperbolics, all the characters are just planet level, or mountain level, or whatever level you want to throw in, whatever. What's up, Soldado? How you doing, man? You could argue it, 100%. I'm not even denying that. You are right, Alex. The writers can come out and say that tomorrow. I don't base my scaling off of the idea that I'm the single most right person on the planet. I think that any single one of the arguments I make could have a different interpretation that you could offer, and it is just as valid as long as the interpretation tries to be genuine with the narrative of the story. Here in Vacation and you, I'm doing good. You're in vacation. Where you in vacation at? Or what are you doing for vacation? Where are you going to? You doing anything special? I think it's that's lovely, man. But yeah, that's the thing though. I think that like the difference here is that you can have arguments that are genuine or disingenuous, and that's not to say that pixel scaling inherently is disingenuous. Plenty of people here love using pixel scaling, and I'm not going to sit here and tell them that your scaling is invalid because you like pixel scaling. Scale however you'd like. The only thing I can tell people is that, hey, listen, man, what am I supposed to tell you, Spain, Southern Coast, Cadiz? Ooh, that sounds so nice. Cadiz. Let me look that up real quick. I want to see what Cadiz looks like. My sister likes to go to this place. My sister and her husband love to go to this place called they go to Zaragoza, but they go to this place called fuck. There's like a place in southern Spain that they also God damn, this place is beautiful. It's kind of like the Greek islands, but more colorful. It's kind of like the Greek islands, but kind of like, but red instead of blue. Holy shit. Yo, I want to go to Spain so bad, bro. I want to go to Spain for like a month and just like stay there, bro. Like just go around, talk to the people, walk around, see what's up. Yo, this kind of spot right here, by the way, if you guys ever... Yo, this would be me every fucking day in the afternoon, by the way. Just a little side tour. This would be every day at like in an afternoon shop. Just a nice little coffee shop. I don't even really drink coffee. But like, I would like to be like a nice little coffee shop. Maybe order like a nice little like, you know, drink or whatever. Maybe some tea. And just sit here in an afternoon just seeing the sunset, bro. This would be fucking fantastic. God, Europe has so many lovely locations. There is most definitely a difference between a power scaler that's not biased and knows what they're talking about and a power scaler that's being biased and doesn't know what they're talking about. 100%. That is definitely true. Well, Death of the Author exists. Yeah, Death of the Author also exists. Well, if 6-Gate Lee can throw a kunai before they reach Guy, I don't think they're that fast. How are you doing today? Saw a poll today. Most say Naruto wouldn't survive Gojo's domain expansion. Had to explain that Naruto doesn't have cursed energy, so he survives it. Yeah, likely. Unless you think that Gojo's domain expansion works on everything inside the domain, regardless of cursed energy, unless he's touching it. I don't know if I would necessarily argue that. It only takes me and Eon will never... The only takes me and Eon will never agree upon. Hockey only negs devil fruits, and PC gaming is trash. That's the worst take he has, to be honest. Enjoy 30 frames per second on Trash Hold. Hey, listen. My game might be 30 frames per second, but at least I don't have to worry about the PC version being trash for months because they optimized it for consoles and not games. At least I don't have to wait multiple months until after my game comes out, dude. Yeah, but true. Jeff and I do disagree on certain things. God bless. Okay, and you are banned, David Fuentes. Let me guess. You're what's his face? You're one of Nick Fuentes' men or some shit. Yeah. Go fuck yourself. Talking about Charlie Kirk. Listen, no offense to Charlie Kirk or his family, but the guy said some pretty fucked up shit. So yeah, I'm not having any of that garbage here. Genuine question: what do you actually think about it? Do you think Kisame could even beat Mr. 4 and Lasso? Don't do that, bro. Your mom is optimized for consoles. Boom, roasted. You've met my mother. She's cooked for us both. How fucking dare you? God damn, buddy. What the fuck? That's crazy. That's fucking insane. Insert sad flight gif. Yo, Mr. 4 and Lasso. He's probably a bot. Yeah, probably. That's not even true. I'm looking at the last two remastered at 100%. I'm looking at the Last of Us 2 remastered at 108%. She's max setting. God lord. Fair enough, I guess. Fair enough. In the debate server, I uploaded a sunset photo in the IRL picture. Oh, let me check that out real quick. Sure. Scans. What are you guys talking about? I stand by many authors taking the type of destruction into account, even if they aren't direct as this. Yeah, but that's this specific series. This isn't Naruto. I don't remember somebody in Naruto wearing a hard hat. Kichi must hold incredible power. How much? 150.3 petajoules, equivalent to around 4.3 kiloliters of gasoline. I can't even picture that. To put it to perspective, it's around 106 nuclear bombs worth. What? As the adults here, well, we'll find a new way to combat it. Yeah. That's just completely fine, but one smart, and I completely understand where you're coming from, but that applies to this. It doesn't apply to every single series out there. The author of this series clearly understands at least not pixel scale, at least like actual physics, math, and science. Schizomasting IRL pics. Let's see what's happening here. Dude, that's a lovely photo. It's pretty nice. Pretty nice. Oh, and I love it when you have like a nice little balcony to check out. Dude, you are really close to the fucking ocean. Are you staying at like at a hotel or something? That's so nice. I'm so envious. Damn. I'd rather wait and have mods that play 30 frames per second. That's fair. Damn, you're right. I'm sorry. She's such a lovely woman. Yeah. What about all the peak games that are only on PC that ye console pensons will never have the privilege of playing? Like what? Like what? Like what game? Kisame is not tanking a 4-ton bat nuke. Probably. Google the city of... Dude, I can't pronounce this. I can't pronounce that. Don't even ask me to... Nowerdlingen. Justin, Germany casually having a language that most people across the planet can't fully pronounce. Holy shit. Nowerdlingen, it's a German city built in a meteor crater. Oh shit, really? And thus every bulldog has a miniature diamonds in the walls. Oh. City. Oh. This is pretty fucking sick. I love little houses like this. I actually do love, I do love European architecture. I love a lot the way that, like, a lot of the houses are set up. It kind of does feel like some Attack on Titan type shit, too. Oh, this is during a festival? This is so nice. Dude, there are really beautiful locations across the planet. I want to take my girlfriend to, like, so many of these places if we're ever possible. Crysis was a PC game that came to console. The shit got downgraded like crazy. Yucky. The picture he showed is, like, looking at the PC game on max sets. If it weren't storming, I'd need to go outside. If it weren't storming, I've never heard of that kind of thing. Are you guys of late, when Tsunade and A were being sent at lightspeed at Madara and Mu didn't sense A or Tsunade moments before they touched ground and they only reacted when they saw the light go, chapter 562 to see it. I got you. So what's your point with it? Yeah. What's your point with it? That Tsunade, that they only saw the flash coming in? Yeah, when they teleport, right? Yeah. Yeah, right here. Yeah, you can see the light beam literally coming down. Yeah, the light beam comes down before they do. The Circle City, all the isekai take place in. Type shit, the starting town. Sorry, rebuilding, I meant they're all built with miniature diamonds in the walls. That's so fascinating. Kaido runs the Otsutsuki Gauntlet. Where does he stop? So Momoshiki, Kinshiki, Kaguya, and Ishiki. And I guess Toneri. Slams Toneri in the head so fucking hard with a club that he literally smashes his head in. Smashes Kaguya's head in, smashes, and she can't, and I don't know if she can regenerate from having her head completely destroyed. Kills Momoshiki, kills Kinshiki, speed blitzes, Ishiki. As a matter of fact, Urashiki, Urashiki lost to Kid Naruto and Jiraiya. He's not even in the conversation. I didn't even watch the Boruto anime. I wasn't watching that garbage after I saw Jiraiya without Sage Mode beat Urashiki. They're dog shit. Yeah, no, so Momoshiki and Kinshiki don't do jack shit. I don't know what jutsu or capability they have. You can't argue that they have continental splitting punches, let alone star level splitting punches, let alone any kind of punch that even remotely deals massive damage to the area around them. Nor can you really argue that they can hit Naruto with so much force they can just concentrate it all, or Kaido with so much force that he can concentrate it and somehow bypass Kaido's durability. None of them have Juraneg with them besides arguably Kaguya specifically, whom I'm gonna be just straight up honest. What is she gonna do? Throw an all-killing Ashbone? Doesn't do anything. I think Urashiki was poisoned when he lost to Kid Naruto. He could have been whatever the fuck he wants, bro. I don't care. Sage Jiraiya and Kid Naruto were beating his ass. Ellen, the Dominion series, Conquest of Elysium, any Paradox Grand Strategy game, the Heroes of Might and Magic games, Tale of Immortal, Tales of Maja Eyal, and any of the traditional roguelikes. You just named a bunch of games that I have zero interest in, therefore I do not care. Yeah. Or unless you're referencing... I don't know what the fuck you're referencing, actually. Yes, you're referencing PC games. Yeah, none of them I even remotely care for, so yeah, that doesn't... I don't know. Space Racers, Laser did a heavy lifting for the 3. Might is not even 3. Might if not for they couldn't do anything. Okay, Naruto shooting a Rasengan Ki Blast at Urashiki. Jiraiya didn't really damage Urashiki, at least not with physical attacks. Urashiki literally lost to a one-tailed Naruto, and technically speaking, it's canon because the origin of Jiraiya's scar from Naruto. That is not the origin of Jiraiya's scar, because he literally says that he was a miniaturized fox version. It was supposed to be the four-tailed form, right? That's a fry, Urashiki. Kinshiki does have the world-splitting statement given to someone in a dream. The statement does come in from a data book, but it says a blade that splits the world. It's like, okay, it doesn't literally mean that it could split the entire planet, and it has no feet to back that up. Looks like it might flood. Holy shit. Okay, then I'm sorry, Straw Aura. I'm really sorry. Holy shit. I hope that you guys are okay. I hope that nothing, like, happens. I really hope that there's, like, no flood for you guys. Pixel scale would be useful on your argument that the place Madara, Guy, Kakashi, and Minato are fighting is small, using the distance between characters, the border of the crater, and perspective calc. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Okay, tell me real quick, right? Tell me real quick. Do me the kindness, right? I would really appreciate it. They make the children not be entirely useless. If they were for real, if Urashiki was pressuring adult Sasuke, he should not be losing to Jiraiya, Naruto. Yeah, there should be no reason. If he can fight a version of Sasuke that is stated to be powerful enough to defeat Kaguya on his own, Jiraiya and Kid Naruto should not even remotely stand a chance. They shouldn't even be able to fucking visualize what is happening on the fucking screen. I don't agree with it. I'm not agreeing with it. There's no way you could pay me to do it. You couldn't even convince me in the first place. Okay. Let me express why. Let me express why that pixel scaling doesn't help out at all in this scene. This is how far Madara is from them. Can you even remotely tell me how far away they should be at this point, bruv? Are you telling me that Kishimoto could perfectly draw? Are you telling me that Kishimoto could perfectly draw the characters' heights and these tiny little designs? Kishimoto's drawing the characters to perfect narrative scale. At whatever distance this is supposed to be, right? Then let's talk about here. Well, now they look way closer to him, right? Now they look way closer to the guy. So first, Obito's all the way here, right? Okay. Then he gets right in front of them. Cool. Cool. They still haven't moved, and now he's to their right. Cool. Cool. So, without these characters barely moving, let's see. They do the whole thing, the whole shemaz, the whole bading badung, and then, let's see. Look at how far Madara is. You're telling me that if you were to pixel scale off of Minato's fucking head, if you were to pixel scale off of Minato's head, and this scan of Madara, and then you were to pixel scale this Minato's head and Guy's fucking distance right here, and then Madara's distance from Guy right here, you're telling me you would get the exact same estimations every single time? I don't know, man. I think the statement is mistranslated. It actually means the ground as he causes earthquakes and not splitting the planets in half. I mean, yeah, it's the translation's supposed to mean. The translation likely, I'm not saying it's supposed to mean. The translation is likely meant to define the earth, the world as in whatever the fuck you think the world means. It doesn't literally mean that he can split everything. You need to watch Vader episode 2 on YouTube to stop trash talking him. Vader episode 2? What the fuck is Vader episode 2? Vader episode 2. Okay, what is this? Vader episode 2 echoes Star Wars Theory fan film. This is a fan film. Why do I care what the fans think? Is this canon to the story? I could give two shits about what Darth Vader does outside of canon material. And even in canon material, I'm not respecting him. Why would I? I'll slap the dog shit out of Darth Vader every time. You think Loki from One Piece can run the gauntlet of the Invincible verse? Yeah, probably. Yeah. I watched at first like 160 episodes of Boruto a few years ago, and it worked infinitely better than a slice of life filler than it did as a battle shonen manga. Probably. Didn't have a chance against Urashiki. If Sasuke wasn't there, everyone else would die. Probably. They're close enough to hear each other. No pixel scaling needed. I have no reason to believe. Yep. Would you say that there are any major fights that Luffy doesn't get stronger from? Absolutely not. Every single major fight is inherently implied, especially because of Zoro's statement twice within the same arc that says that the characters have gotten stronger after every single island that they've crossed. There is essentially no reason for me to even remotely entertain the idea that Roronoa Zoro was just lying on those two separate instances, and that Luffy, for whatever reason, doesn't get stronger from his major battles. I just don't have a reason to believe that. You should watch Sage's video on Naruto versus One Piece villains. I already did, Anime Yato. Here, I'll even do you one. Here we go.
Well, a lot of villains to...
I left a comment on it a couple days ago, man. I left a comment on it a couple days ago from one of his, sort by top. Okay. Sort by top, and then some clarifications. Yeah, I was like the first comment on this clarification thing. I let him know straight up, like, yeah, you got a lot of things wrong here. These are things that I genuinely do not agree. These are things that I genuinely do not agree with. These are things that you were just genuinely being disingenuous about. The logic didn't really go. And I told him straight up, like, I'm sorry to tell you this, but all these arguments are either headcanon or inconsistent with the logic that you're applying for both series. I think we both know that the reason for that is because if you don't give them the fair scaling they deserve, then Naruto absolutely gets speed blitzed. Yeah, it's not close. I think he was being actively disingenuous with that, man. Do you think that Yorozu scales to 16-finger Sukuna in physicals? Interesting. Shinjiki's ultimate in Storm is chopping the planet. Kinshiki Storm 4. Let's see. Where's the ultimate? People want to talk about like One Piece designs being bad, but King Shiki's literally just an old white man with a weird looking horn. That's kind of it. She's got like really big gorilla hands. Where the fuck's the ultimate, man? Does this motherfucker not have an ultimate? Where the fuck is it? There we go. Cool. Cool. So he didn't split the entire planet. Racist Eon strikes back. I'm not racist. I just said he's just an old white man with big arms. Granted, I don't play this shit. If I had to guess, it'd be at the end. Yeah. No, it was like right in the middle. The games are solid. There are better though. The games are solid. There are better though. The games are okay. I think that like in terms of overall like games, the Storm games are pretty fun. They're a fun time to definitely pass through, and I think that's like one of like the better ways to experience the Naruto story as far as some of the fights go. Considering that like certain interpretations of the anime fights, as far as the anime goes, are not that impressive in my opinion. Like 8 Gates Guy versus Madara was infinitely better in Storm 4 than in the anime. The anime fucking butchered the fuck out of that fight. I'm sorry. If we had like modern day Studio Mappa doing Naruto versus Guy versus Madara, it should have been one of the greatest fights of all time. We should have been seeing speed streaks. We should have been seeing Guy blitzing around and moving and seemingly feeling faster than 8 Gates Late. There's something I want to talk about, and it's like how important it is to express a character's ability to move at high speeds when you're describing or when you're comparing a character versus a previous version. Because if we're talking like Lee versus Gaara, Rock Lee in the 5th gate feels way faster than Might Guy in the 8th gate. Like you could say, well, Guy literally bent space around them. He was like bending space around him, but it's like, cool, it doesn't feel fast. And though I agree wholeheartedly the guy should be faster, it doesn't feel as fast, and it ruins the scene from that perspective, considering how fast Lee felt in the 5th gate during the primary Lotus. Sorry, the hidden Lotus. He split mountains and clouds peak. I'm gonna be honest, I think most Naruto scaling discourse comes from how the games depict attacks. Probably. Do you think Imu is going to be the final villain of One Piece in a later arc? No, the final villain's definitely going to be Blackbeard now. Imu showed up and fought before Blackbeard, 100% going to be Blackbeard. Adding to my last question, so Luffy even got stronger from fighting Buggy, Wapol, Caesar. Yep, all of them. It's been a while since I've read One Piece. I'm pretty sure these weren't very hard fights. Let me ask you a question. Okay, Cream in between. Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a very simple question, right? Okay. Water 7 and Ennius Lobby. Do you think that Monkey D. Luffy had a tough fight against Bluno on their second go? Do you genuinely believe that Monkey D. Luffy had a relatively tough fight with Bluno prior? Do you personally believe that Monkey D. Luffy had a tough fight with Bluno prior to using prior to him beating him? Right? Yes or no? Do you think that Luffy had a tough fight with Bluno? So I'm going to click through the panels for Gear 2nd onward. Weren't they relative? Yes. Luffy says it. He says he can match my speed, forcing me to change the path of my Tempest Kick. His physical abilities are unbelievable. I can't do it. I can't beat you like this, right? So everything up until Luffy used second gear, and I can show you it if you just give me a second. Everything that Luffy does up until second gear essentially involves one momento, please. Okay. Oh wait, I don't need any of this. Let me go back. Okay. Why is it shooting me up to this? I don't want... Okay. So, I'm going to show you every single panel between the Luffy versus Bluno fight, and I want you to notice something. I want you to notice something very important. So, the fight starts here. Luffy punches Bluno, goes for a Gatling. Bluno gets knocked back. He says he wasn't nearly this strong. Uses a Gatling. Bluno uses Shave. Luffy keeps up with him visually and grabs him and smashes him into a wall, right? Okay, let's move on ahead. He says, I underestimated you. I didn't think you could keep up with the speed of my shave technique. Well, don't. I must be careful. Hitting a rubber man doesn't do anything. And Luffy dodges. Is the stream lagging for anybody else? Let me double check. Hopefully we're not having stream health issues. It says that we're having good stream health right now, so probably not me. Let's go back. Again, Luffy dodges this attack, dodges this attack, dodges this attack, dodges this whole attack. The only time that Bluno lands an effective hit against Luffy is when he's using his hacks abilities. And when he uses Tempest Kick against Luffy in that specific moment right there, you can see it. And when he does that, you can see that Luffy pops out and he says the face door is closed. Bluno still doesn't land a physical blow on Luffy, and this is when Luffy says, I can't do it, I can't beat you like this. Okay, right? So now he uses second gear. This fight took 1 hit from Luffy, 2 hits, 3 hits, and then 4 hits from a Gum Gum Bazooka, and he beat Luffy. Sorry, and Luffy beat Bluno, right? We know for a fact that Bluno has a Doriki of 820, and Rob Lucci has a Doriki of 4000. We know that it scales linearly because Fukuro has a Doriki of 800, and Rob Lucci has a Doriki of 4000 again, and he says my Doriki is 5 times greater than his as he tanks a hit from Frankie, where he shows next to no flinching or budging from the attack, right? So my point with all of this is that Luffy in a fight against Bluno, where he landed 4 hits in second gear and Bluno landed no damage to Luffy, Bluno did not hurt Luffy, Luffy got 5 times stronger, had to have gotten 5 times stronger after fighting Bluno and eating a meal. And every single one of the fights that you brought up before, Keep 'em Creamy, and every single one of the fights that you brought up before, whether it was Buggy, Wapple, or Caesar Clown, Luffy took more damage against all of them than he did against Bluno, And it took him slightly more to beat those guys than he did against Bluno. So my point here is, that's crazy. You guys really called her you guys really said her she updating. By the way, Letty, Aster the snake that he is, he called you Lebby. He called you Lebby earlier. Just to let you know. Yeah, Aster earlier he called you Lebby. 100%. Earlier in the stream, he 100% called you Lebby. I'm just letting you know right now. So next time you hear Aster like hit you up about me calling you Lebby, just know that Aster called you that shit. So you should so yeah, he's just as big of a snake as I was at that point. But yeah. Sorry, I had to go snitch on Aster just the way he snitched on me. Sorry about that. Anyway. Yeah, thank you for clarifying. Yeah, so yeah, no. Chevy to Lebby, but the Lebby was fried. That's crazy. Lie, by the way. It's not a lie! He literally fucking called her that! Yo, Memento, don't fucking side with the other mods on this, man. Don't do this to me. I can't have my mods backstabbing me again like this. Alright. Jokes aside, though. But yeah, no. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah, every single fight. I could unironically argue that after every single fight that Luffy is in, every single major fight that Luffy's in, he 100% scales. He 100% just gets stronger. I'm just saying, listen, this not laughing, no, not you laughing at the Lebby joke. I wasn't laughing at the Lebby joke. I was laughing at the fact that I was coming at Aster and throwing him under the bus in the same way that he threw me under the bus for no fucking reason. So, yeah. Who's joking, Lebanon? That's crazy. Trump finally refusing to help. Also, my phone is in my pocket, so it typed the ... for me, not updating. See, exactly. Anyway, guys, still don't know what the... so, for context, someone on stream accidentally wrote Lebby instead of Letty, and because of that, people were calling her Lebby. Installing software updates, that's crazy. Bro said she fought the White Dragon in FF16. Fire fight, yeah, it was a good fight, wasn't it? The fight against Bahamut, yeah, that fight was fucking fire. I was so excited. I think that's probably one of, if not the best giant fights of all time. Yeah, people out here calling my beautiful, smart girlfriend, who is totally not AI, is not a robot, and whose name is not anything even remotely close to Lebby. Yeah, they're calling her that stuff. Straw Hat hates me too. I was crying laughing. Bro, the official White House account posted AI-generated Rick and Morty slop replacing them with Trump and Vance. There's no way. There's no way. You know what? I don't want to pull that up on screen. That's funny. That is really funny. Not an AI, huh? Yeah, she's not an AI. She is a genuine, lovely... There is a fucking game called Dino Blade. I forgot about this, dude. Yo, should we power scale Dino Blade? Should we power scale Dino Blade, guys? Should we get Dino Blade and just start power scaling this? Holy shit, it really just is a giant... Holy shit, it's actually a lot better than I thought it would be. Oh, parry? Parry? Okay. Swing. Parry? Oh, weave? Nah, he took that. Nah, he took that hit. Weave. Marco is a robot? That's crazy. Short plankton. The soulless eyes of a robo. I'm crying. Axe. Is that a fucking T-Rex with an axe? Oh, shit. I didn't know we had moves. Wait, time out. This game might be saucy. Someone's outdated interface. She has the most beautiful brown eyes I have ever seen. Letty quite literally has the most beautiful, hope-filled, love-filled eyes I've ever seen. I'm going to be honest with you. And I'm going to say this right now. They look especially beautiful when she's not tired. That's crazy. So robots can have feelings? Wow, Letty. Can a robot write a symphony? Technically, they could. It'd just be AI garbage, but you could technically argue it. Holy shit, alright. Wow. Parry? Wow! So what is the orange bar for them mean? Oh, okay. It's meant to be like a punish meter. Why the stray? It wasn't a stray. He called you. I never called her AI garbage. Now you're just straight up making shit up. Give her a timestamp of where the fuck I said that. I would never call her that. Jesus Christ. Cassie the Tyrant. That's a big fucking dinosaur. Oh, that's a Stegosaurus. What other dinosaurs they got in this bitch? That's what I'm saying. Is that an Ankylosaurus? Dude, fun fact, the Ankylosaurus is one of my favorite dinosaurs. These shits were so cool. They got a whole fucking plated armor back and a clubbed tail. You said I have tired eyes. I said your eyes are beautiful even when they look tired. Haku. Guys, I didn't know Haku was in One Piece. Sorry, in Dino Blade. What kind of dinosaur is this? Is that an Allosaurus? What the fuck? Mokusei the Titan? Jesus Christ, they really just are giving a stick? I'm crying. Speed? Oh, you have to fight a bunch of these little fuckers! That's so annoying. When he's looking at the future and didn't see Ichigo turning into a Horn of Salvation. Enkis are the best dinos objectively? Oh, so now you want to agree with me on something. Fuck right off. I once heard that music is algorithm, so it's one of the few creative things AI can be good at, but I don't know how true this is. Is music an algorithm? I know that there's music theory. Music is not an algorithm itself, but music can be created, analyzed, and recommended using algorithms. An algorithm is a step-by-step rules to solve a problem, while music is an art form rooted in human emotion, sound, and culture. I guess not. Mother Nature was just doing shit when they created dinosaurs, but they later toned it down. Yeah. Mother Nature was just trying to sprinkle it and see what the fuck she could come up with whenever she was making goddamn dinosaurs, dude. Ketsuro. Notice how he's the only one that's actually fucking glowing. God, this game looks cool. Whoa! Alright, dinosaurs just throwing out lightning. Yo, did you guys know that dinosaurs apparently generate large amounts of electricity with their thunder claws and they wield scythes? I didn't know that. This game's supposed to be like this game is supposed to be like accurate to how dinosaurs fought each other in the land before time. You can parry dinos, yeah. Yeah, I can see that. Reaper and Shade. Who the fuck are Reaper and Shade? Well, these are just tiny little fuckers. What's their intro look like? Oh! Shit. What do they call this? A Steracodon? Something like that, right? Massively hypersonic plus dinosaurs. Call me basic, but the T-Rex is the most popular dinosaur for a reason. No, that's reasonable. I have no issues with T-Rex. Have you seen Chess 2? I've seen Chess 2 Uno Edition. I don't know if we're referencing the same thing. Red Ash. All right, now we're just making up dinosaurs, right? Whoa, whoa. God damn. Kase Horde. These motherfuckers talk. I'm done. The motherfuckers talk. Alright, let's look up what chess 2 is. I'm done. I made a better chest. Schlett loses a game of chess in 2 moves.
I go first?
You go first.
Right.
You said you were gonna beat me at chess.
Yeah, no. I know. No, watch. G4. Get the bishop out.
I'm just gonna play simple chess. I'm just putting my pawn in the center of the board. Nothing
okay.
secret.
Move my... She's not gonna see this fucking coming.
No particular reason. Yeah, no. The baby rotisserie chicken. Do you guys like hairless cats? I think they're kind of cute. I'm not the biggest fan, but I think equivalent of Speed Blitz and chess. Motherfucker really got Speed Blitzed in chess. That is insane. Alright, so how do you make better chess?
Here we go. Chess 2. Okay, so if you don't know how to play chess, What are you doing? I'll explain the before and after for each piece and rule so you can understand how much better this one is about to be. Very first
But
thing,
yeah,
though,
that's reasonable.
we gotta change how the board looks. It has black and white, which is great for 3D chess where you can see the pieces come up from the surface, but when it's 2D like this, the pieces blend in way too easily. So I propose blue. So I have some ideas for some cool rules, and that'll be a big focus. But I think the smartest approach.
Change
will
my
just
mind,
be
difficult
to
impossible.
tackle
They look like
pieces
chicken and they sound like they
Let's
smack
take a
each
look at
other.
this guy.
They do.
Give one guess what it's called. Tower, castle. No, it's rook. Literally a crow. Now the obvious thing would be to just rename it to castle. But if they wanted a weird name, we're gonna embrace it. The rook is now a rook. I do not know how to draw a bird. Rook and not too bad, honestly.
Spinos and Pachycephalosaurus are my favorite dinos. Big Ulti and Page 1 fan. I like Pachycephalosaurus as well. I've always liked those dinosaurs. I also like Spina. Yeah, Spina. The Spina. You know what? Let's look up some dinosaurs. Yo, guys, what are your favorite dinosaurs? Fuck all this. Wait. Dinosaurs versus Battle Wiki. Hold on. What kind of category? What kind of garbage can we figure out for dinosaurs? Fuck Godzilla. I don't give a shit about Godzilla. Pilger from Goat Simulator. Let's see. What do they got here? They got an Acrocanthosaurus. Let's see. An Albertosaurus. All right, let's see how powerful the Albertosaurus is. They're wall level. Yeah, they're wall level. Cool. And how fast are they? Superhuman, could run up to 30 miles an hour. How the fuck did we find this out? First of all, this is a complete lie. They actually could run up to like 45 miles an hour. These things are actually extremely fucking fast and aggressive. I remember having to dodge them a lot when I was a kid. As far as the Allosaurus, I am personally, you know what? I'm gonna be honest. Velociraptors are top tier. Velociraptors depend. Those things are fucking vermin. Those things are like the giant rats of the dinosaur world, but they're the kind of giant rats that like attack in packs and like claw and gnaw at you away. The Triterasius. The Triterasius. All right, Triterasius. I've been given a bullshit name. Triterasius. Yeah, no, I've been given a bullshit name. I've been lied to. They're baby dinos. Yeah, I know they're baby dinos. Velociraptors. Velociraptor. Yeah, you would like Diego. You would like Diego. For 100%. Holy shit. What do you guys feel? Do you guys feel like the Velociraptors are these versions, or you think Velociraptors have like the wings and stuff? Do you guys adhere to classic Jurassic Park Velociraptors, or you guys believe in the new age modern science iterations of the... He meant Triceratops. That is not how you fucking spell Triceratops. Oh, Brachiosauruses are great. Yeah, no, the Brachiosaurus is great. I fucking love the Brachiosaurus, dude. They're just big guys, man. They're just big dudes. They're just fucking around. These guys just want to eat some fucking leaves. They're chilling. You know what I'm saying? They got that long neck. Bro, come on now. You like the wings? The wings are cool. The wings definitely add flair to it. Where the turkey-sized Utahraptors were the big ones. Utahraptors. Let's see this. Utahraptor. Ooh, these are scary. Bruh. Oh! Quetzalcoatlus. Yo, have you guys seen the Quetzalcoatlus? These motherfuckers are scary. Imagine a giant fucking bird-brain dinosaur that has a massive fucking wingspan, probably flies through the air, and is basically a giant bird brain. I can't do it, bro. I can't fucking do it. These things scare the living hell out of me. Anyone who would tell me that these things are like nightmare fuel for them, I would agree. I would wholeheartedly fucking agree, dude. Look at that. These things have no soul. Yeah, man. Bro, their hands go backwards. What the fuck? Memory Chan attacking my amazing statements per usual. That's crazy. Dinosaur King was so fire. Dinosaur King is what you wanna be. Make your move, come on, make your move. Dinosaur King is your destiny, yeah. Make your move, come on, make your... Bro, Dinosaur King, even with, like, the shitty CGI dinosaurs, was real fucking peak at the time. This shit right here, this shit, man. If you guys don't know Ball, you guys don't know Ball, man. Dinosaur King was really some top tier... I'm gonna say some top tier I'm gonna say it's some top tier rogue tier show. Only real ones sat down and watched Dinosaur King, man. Quetzalcoatls are giraffe-sized flying dinosaurs. Love them. I don't know, man. Can't do the Quetzal. I take myself out if they started to roam the if they started to roam the earth. Fate one is the water one. Oh yeah. What was it? The The Megalosaurus. The Megalodon or the Megalosaurus? It was, the Megalodon. No, Megalodon. What was the giant, what was the giant water one? I know there was, like, a giant water one that was kind of like an alligator, like a crocodile. Rodon confirmed. I barely remembered, but I'm sure I loved it. People actually know what the fuck Dinosaur King is? I thought it was some shit we saw and forgot. Nah, looks like looks like Digimon with dinosaurs. I will crash the fuck out, Letty. Don't play with me. I will actually fucking throw a fit. Do not compare Digimon and Dinosaur King. Don't do that to me. You love me, right? Don't come at Dinosaur King, bro. Mine is the Stegosaurus. Is my favorite. I'm glad me and you always share Unk moments. Yeah, the Stegosaurus. You guys want to talk about some Stegosaurus shit? Yo, the Stegosaurus the Stegozord. The Stegozord. Yo, the Stegozord. You guys remember? Okay, for the OGs, for the OGs in chat that used to watch Power Rangers. You guys remember the fucking Stegosaur? The Stegozord? This thing, I remember when I saw this thing pop up for the first time, I knew it was like the beginning of the end. Cause then my boy, the White Dragon Sword Ranger, took the Stegosaur and got made this fucking transformation, bro. This fucking Megazord that every single time smoked the Dino Thunder Power Rangers, bro. Whenever I saw the Stegosaur show up, I would always feel like an omen because I knew he would slowly and eventually take it to make one of the most powerful Zords of all times, bro. The Dinosuchus or the Sarcosuchus? Dinosuchus. Oh yeah, no, it wasn't this one, but I appreciate you bringing this one up, bro. Imagine an alligator like 5 times larger than your average alligator, bro. There is no fucking way that you could convince me to live in a world that still has these things, bro. These are basically exist in One Piece. What are we talking about? You see some of the creatures that exist in One Piece? These basically existed in One Piece. What are we talking about? The Mosaurus was the water dino? Mosaurus. I think that's it. Yes! This one! The Mosasaurus! Bro, this thing, I ain't gonna lie, when I first found out about one of these, I'm like, you're telling me that there's an alligator that swims, like a better alligator that just eats other fucking dinos? Colossal... By the way, I know it's not technically a dinosaur, but the colossal squid itself, bro. The Megalodon. Bro, the Megalodon really was some scary shit too, man. Dinosaurs are so fucking sick. The Dunkleosteus. Yeah. I remember the Dunkleosteus, bro. I took me so long to figure out how to pronounce this shit, but this is also one of the coolest fucking dinosaurs. I guess fish in this case, from a head perspective. I don't know, man. Something like this coming straight out you think like, oh, it's just a big fish. No. This thing's got razor sharp fucking fangs, man. God, dinosaurs were so fucking sick, man. I posted Chess 2 in general on Discord. Got you. Appreciate it. Thank you. General and Gen Chat? Nope. General, that's the voice chat. Let's look at the, general chat right here. Where'd you post it? What you talking about? What we saw, what Bleach fans saw. I'm crying. In which general chat? I can't see it. General discussion? Where'd you post it, Matsukami? I don't see it. Text debates, general, waiting room, not the waiting room. Server, verdicts. I don't know. Yeah. I fucking love dinosaurs also. Hello, everyone. Yeah, dinosaurs are actually... Wait, aren't alligators and those guys the strongest because they're still alive? Technically, potentially. I've never seen Dino or Mystic Power Rangers. One day I will. Best one to me is Time Patrol. You like Time Force? Yeah. Oh! No, it wasn't that one. It was, Power Rangers SPD. Bro, Jack from SPD, I remember seeing him and I was like, I don't know how I feel with this guy being the Red Ranger. For no reason other than, like, at the start, he felt like a hoodlum, you know? Him and his sister, they were out here doing bad stuff, etc. But then, bro, when they turned him into the Red Ranger, and then later on in the series, as he just moves away and he says, yo, you know what? I'm done being a Ranger. I'ma just go and work on my side thing. I'm gonna go help out kids. I'm gonna go help them out and stuff. I was like, bro, you know what? He a real one for that. Just joined the chat. What's happening? Well, we were talking about dinosaurs. We were talking about, like, some of the best dinosaurs out there. Yeah, SPD was my bad, bro. It's too fire. That's what I'm saying, bro. SPD was fire. Mystic Force was fire. Dino Thunder was fire. Ninja Storm was fire. Bro, that was, like, one of the best eras for all of Power Rangers. I will hear nothing else. I run One Piece D&D, and I gave a Mafia Don the Dunkleosteus fruit. Called him Don Dunk. That's funny. That's really funny. I'm insulted you haven't looked up the Oh, my fault. I didn't see it. Therizinosaurus. Jesus Christ. Bro, nah, see, this is what I'm talking about, bro. And then we get, like, these hyper-realistic Gyrosaurs with, like, the feathers and stuff, with, like, the beak. Like, look at these fucking claws! What could you use claws like this for? Do you see the last message you tagged me in? For which one? I'm sorry. Last message? I'm sorry, Aura. Before you knew Chainsaw Man existed, have you ever seen Pochita and thought he was a Pokemon? No, I've never looked at Pochita and thought he was a Pokemon. Absolutely not. Mystic Force was the best. I agree. Mystic Force was up there. Here come the Power Rangers, and here come the Power Rangers, and here come the Power Rangers. Doom. Alright, let's go. It's time to turn it on. Set the record straight. Dun, 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 record straight. Bro, that shit was too fire, bro. Yo, y'all can't tell me Power Rangers doesn't have some of the best fucking Digimon with dinos was fire. Put user on timeout. She keeps calling it Digimon with dinosaurs was fire. I'm so close to putting him on timeout. Don't play my hand. I call them Dinosaur King. I think you get a kick out of it. Which series? If you were ever in a spec Evo vids by channels like Madly Mesozoic, where they take an animal, real or fictional, they put them in an environment, speculate they survive. I've actually seen it. Yeah, I think it was what would happen if you put like one of the Jurassic Park dinosaurs? My favorite. Oh, Wild Force, by the way. Wild Time Force. Yo, no, we gotta. This might demonetize the stream. But like, yo, dude, we gotta pull up the Power Rangers theme songs, man. We're just talking about dinosaurs and stuff. We're just talking about random stuff. I'm kind of like over the scaling for a bit, just because we kind of already talked about everything. But one second. Power Rangers. I'm gonna get off in a little bit because I do have to eat lunch. Power Rangers openings. So I'm about to hit you guys with some of my favorite openings of all time. Straight up. All right, just right from the start, right? Right from the start, and you guys are gonna say I have terrible. Okay, so up to 2024. Okay, you guys are gonna say that I have terrible fucking taste, but real talk, I'm not a fan of the original. I'm not a fan of the original Go Power Rangers. It is nostalgic. Don't do it. Your paycheck. I'm not gonna put the songs on. I'm just pushing. Did anyone watch Chaotic? I watched Chaotic, and I'm kind of excited for the repeat of the series. The Therizinos use their claws for defense, and if I remember correctly, to strip bark from trees to eat. That's very interesting. That's actually very interesting. You don't need those big-ass claws for plants. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, what do you mean tearing it off? Operation Overdrive. Oh. How did that one go? Power Rangers. Operation Overdrive. Power Rangers. Operation Overdrive. When five heroes reaching for the sky in 5 ways. 5 heroes walking through the sun for 5 days. Dark Power Rangers walking through the evil when they zone. Yo, that shit was fire! Ball nowhere Chaotic. Yo, you guys don't understand. I'm gonna be honest with you. Repeat, it's coming back. Yes, Chaotic is coming back, and I'm learning how to play that shit. I am learning how to play Chaotic, buddy. Yo, I didn't know how Chaotic used to play, and after I've looked at like the actual show, I'm like, wow, it really does play very similar to the show, barring certain things that they do, like actually being the characters. Have you ever thought about making Pokemon versus One Piece character video? Why? One Piece absolutely speed blitzes the fuck out of every single Pokemon. They don't keep up. Pokemon get speed blitzed in one shot. Most of them are not that powerful. Everything that gives Pokemon their high-end scaling is essentially Pokedex statements that just are not backed up within the actual anime canon, let alone the video games. I don't agree with Pokemon scaling. I think it's too stupid. Bro, Time Force! Time Force! Power Rangers! Traveling to the Chove of Time. Bro, Bro, Power Rangers had some of the best fucking theme songs. So let me just tell you straight up. Nostalgia. Nostalgia makes me say that the original Power Rangers English opening was great. I am not its biggest fan, though. I don't know why. I couldn't tell you why. Power Rangers was just alright for me. Around my era specifically was around the Time Force era. Isn't Macargo as hot as the sun? Like, come on, yeah. It's as hot as the sun, yet humans can just eat next to it in terms of... It could just be, like, right next to you in a fucking restaurant and they're just chilling. Yo. Time Force had some of the best fucking... had one of the best Power Rangers theme songs, bar none, bro. No one's telling me otherwise, bro. No one's telling me otherwise. If you guys need to, check some of these out when you guys get the chance. I'm gonna put them at like time 2 speed so I don't get too demonetized. Racing to another time, bro. Fire. Absolutely fire. Then we had Wild Force. Wild Force is the Power Ranger series that I had the most nostalgia for. That is the series that like really got me to love fucking Power Rangers, man. I remember one of the Power Rangers in Time Force was voiced by Virgil's VA from DMC. Yes, he was, and had the same voice actor as him. Yes, he was. The Quantum Red Ranger, bro. The Quantum Red Ranger was my favorite Power Ranger at the time, man. Bringing out the Quantum Zord, the Quantum Zord. By the way, holy shit, One Man Comics, thank you so much for the 10. Quantum Zord. Bro, it was a giant T-Rex. I'll get to you in just a second. Bro, I'm talking about Power Rangers. I gotta focus on this. It was a large T-Rex with cannons on its back that turned into its own thing. I always loved the Zords that would just turn itself into its own Megazord. I always preferred a Zord that would turn itself into the Megazord rather than anything else. I wanted this toy as a kid so bad, bro. Jesus, man. Such a good time, man. By the way, One Man Comes, thank you so much for the $10. I really do appreciate it. Can we get some W's for One Man? I know your plate is full of requests for scaling, but you seem really passionate, so would you ever have scale an individual series just for the fun of scaling them? I would. That's part of the reason why I do want to scale like other series outside of like Naruto and One Piece at this point. Like, I want to do Expedition 33 and Black Myth Wukong because I do want to play them again and I do want to go through it. Don't let this distract you from the fact that the Therizitos are 33 feet tall? Nah, yeah, nothing needs to be that big. Nothing needs to be that big. Nothing needs to be that big. Hotter. The surface of the sun is roughly 10,000 degrees. Macargo is 18,000. I'm glad other fan bases started to realize Emu no diffs Naruto. I've been seeing all of that over Twitter. Even Naruto fans assuming Emu's blades absorb Sage energy. So what could Naruto do? I mean, I've seen the arguments for the Sage energy stuff, King T. I've seen the arguments. They've also said that like he could turn the sword into stone or some shit. I'm telling you that Megazord was the best designs. Yeah. Yeah, Megazoids got the best designs? Really? Remember when every Power Ranger just jumped just one villain? Yeah, genuine overkill. Power Rangers were the fucking kings of jumping people and getting reverse jumped. You knew somebody was in trouble when every single one of the Rangers would jump you knew that somebody was a problem when all the Rangers would jump into a fight and they would get all fucked up by the same guy. Power Rangers scaling, I accidentally deleted that. Oh, I don't know how. It's fine. I don't think I would do Power Rangers scaling only because, I don't know. I'm not that interested. When it comes to, like, I remember the writing in Power Rangers being very cheesy, and for all the nostalgia that I have for it, I don't think I could sit through Power Rangers, through, like, the actual shows. I don't know, man. Besides, it always feels like such a weird thing, because it's like, I would have to go off of the comics, and I wouldn't mind doing the comics. Oh, hell no. The worst thing I've heard is Hashirama could poison Emu and kill him. Wild Force, Power Rangers, protect this world together, bro. The storyline with Cole and the main villain that he killed his parents because he wanted, Master Org wanting to kill, Cole's parents, just because he was, what the fuck was he doing? He was mad that the woman that he was in love with actually ended up getting married to their partner, and I'm like, okay, you wanted to give her a ring, but you clearly didn't know that they were dating behind the scenes because you were completely devastated by your man's essentially marrying the girl you love. Like, we've seen this plot thread being done 1,000 times, but like, man, damn, that one hit different. Wow. Let's see, what else? Oh, Ninja Storm. Ninja Storm had a fantastic opening, bro. Storm will blow, want it to grow. Power Rangers, Ninja Storm, bro. Oh, Power Rangers, Ninja Storm was so fucking good, bro. And the scenes where they were doing actual, like, extreme sports, man, fire. Fire. Ooh, Dino Thunder. Power Rangers roar. There's a light in the distance. See them coming closer with the force of ages, bro. Bro, Power Rangers Dino Thunder had probably I would say, top fucking three Power Rangers openings of all time. You cannot tell me otherwise, bro. You're wrong if you don't agree with that, bro. Top 3. I don't care where in the top 3. And SPD, bro. Bro, SPD Emergency! Bro, oh man, SPD Emergency had a pretty good one. Not my favorite, but pretty damn good. Oh, Mystic Force had one of the best openings of all time. So no Megazord every episode is going to be like every 10 or something like that, yeah. My favorite was Wild Force and Mystic Force. Yeah, we think alike, the Divinity. We think alike. Let me... Here come the Power Rangers, bro. Oh, man, this is so good. This is so good, bro. Oh. This is one of, like, the first times. This is one of, like, the first times where, like, they really try to add some, like, pseudo-rapping into the series, and I appreciate it. This one was pretty good. Let's see what else they got. I think it was actually around, Jungle Fury. Jungle Fury also had one of my favorite theme songs. Definitely in my top 5. Definitely in my top 5. Comes the Power Rangers, Jungle Fury. The only issue I had with this is that their final Megazord combined attack was essentially not just one massive Megazord composed of all the other Megazords. My issue was that it was basically just all the Megazords sitting on top of a giant Rhino and them just all attacking at the same time. I didn't like that personally. My issue with Jungle Fury that let me down is the last Power Ranger series that I ever personally saw. The issue that I had with Jungle Fury was that the Red Ranger never got a Battleizer. You're saying that Ninja Storm is ass? I'm sorry. You gotta go, man. You gotta go. You gotta go. There's no way you just said that. Remember the Power Rangers movie being peak? Which one? Which Power Rangers movie? Because there's a Power Rangers movie, and then there's the Power Rangers movie. And if we're talking about the Power Rangers movie, bro, let me see this. Power Rangers movie. Oh, yeah. Yeah, nah, I'm sorry. Okay, I'll say this. The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie was pretty fucking good. The Power Rangers movie? You know what, I'll say this. I didn't watch it. At the behest of what everybody, at the expense of what everybody else has said throughout all of history and everything that everyone has ever agreed upon. Even though I haven't watched it, I cannot say, best Yu-Gi-Oh opening? Bro, Aura, don't do this to me, man. Don't do this to me. So yeah, I'm sorry. It's not that I didn't like Megaforce. I didn't like Megaforce. I didn't actually watch it. It was already far past my time. All the Power Ranger movies are peak. I've never watched the Power Rangers movie, the one where like they have like the weird transformation stuff like that. I never saw that one. So nah, bro, our interests are basically the same. Also, bro, the amount of ungodly nostalgia I have when I see Wild Force, I get a massive amount of nostalgia. I remember the first time Cole got his Battleizer with the large red fucking pearl in the center. Sorry, pearl, the gem in the center, and he could just start flying around the Animaria armor. Bro, so good. So fucking good. Best Yu-Gi-Oh opening and best Yu-Gi-Oh was 5Ds. Best Yu-Gi-Oh! From a dueling perspective was 5Ds. Yes, I know. Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds has cards on bikes. I get it. It's weird, but man, Yusei and all the other characters are so good. Except for Akiza. She was prominent at the start, and then they just kind of did nothing with her towards, like, the middle to end of it. I was upset by it. But, like, bro, 5Ds... Going fast makes me feel alive. My heart beats in hyperdrive. Bro, I used to go to college listening to that shit. And the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Theme song is just a classic. Yu-Gi-Oh! GX has a very good theme song. I would actually put Yu-Gi-Oh! GX's theme song above the original theme song, but I would put 5Ds above those two. I liked Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal's theme song for a bit. Actually, I did like Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal's Japanese opening, and a lot more than I did the English opening for Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. Ninja Storm is buns, never saw any Power Ranger series. That's crazy. Yeah, exactly. Emu literally... Oh yeah, you guys are just having your own thing. They replaced my Relay Network, so I didn't like it. Best Yu-Gi-Oh! Opening is the original for you? It was a pretty good opening, I'm not gonna lie. The mysticism of, like, the first, like wind instrument, the... Your move, your move, your move, your move, your move! Yu-Gi-Oh! You're 25, so 5D should have been the series I grew up with. I did catch bits and pieces back then, but my grandmother didn't want me to watch it because at the time I was old enough to watch Yu-Gi-Oh! You were old enough to watch Yu-Gi-Oh! Bullshit. Xyz was my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! Mechanic. I hate it when people say XYZ. Xyz. They're called because it was Exceed in Japanese. But anyway, yeah, Xyz monsters are pretty cool. I don't know what my favorite summoning mechanic is at this point. I kind of grown to love Link summoning just because of how easy it is to do. But I do like synchro summoning a lot. I love synchro summoning, man. I meant the English opening. Oh, yeah. The English opening of Zexal. How did it go? It was the one that went, If life is a game, they say I can't win. I'll never amount to nothing. Tear me down before my life begins. I won't be afraid to challenge myself. They won't ever break my fire. My dreams won't die if I high-five the sky. Bro, Exceeds kicked the door off the hinges, yeah. I don't think it kicked the doors off the hinges, bruh. I think that Xyz monsters were fine. It was just put two monsters at the same level on top of one another's and it was fine. Wow, you know all the songs? When I was younger, my brother and his friends, because I used to spend a lot of time watching TV as a kid. Like, most of the time I really did spend as a child was really just watching TV. Because, I don't know, I just liked watching TV. So I learned all of the openings. You gave me a song from a series, I could probably, and especially if I liked the series, I could give you the entire theme song to all of them, bro. I remember my brother's friends, when I was like 11 or 12, they were like, you really know every fucking Power Rangers theme song. I was like, I could tell you Ben 10, I could tell you all the classic all the classic Cartoon Network cartoons. I could tell you everything. I love my songs, bro. A good cartoon opening will always be remembered no matter how old you get. Your favorite summoning mechanic is Pendulum and Fusion, so you just love War Crimes. One Smart just loves War Crimes. Just loves to Pendulum summon 5 monsters onto the main monster zone, and then do some crazy shit. I'm not gonna lie though, I did appreciate Pendulum summoning for DDD, especially with the second Pendulum summoning. You also like Ritual cards. It just sucks they suck. Ritual monsters are the most jarring summoning mechanic, specifically because what the fuck am I doing? I'll just play some Yu-Gi-Oh! While what the fuck am I doing? I'm gonna play some Yu-Gi-Oh! While we talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! And stuff, bro. Yu-Gi-Oh! mechanics, Yu-Gi-Oh! summoning mechanics are so crazy to me because it's like, obviously, like, there's a bunch of different kinds of them, but, like, some decks really do incorporate, like, the entire flavor of, like, summoning mechanics as a whole. It's just peak to me, man. I don't care about any of this. Give me my library. Take me home. Give me my library. Let's see what I've done. I haven't opened Master Duel in, I played Master Duel for 43 minutes. Let's see what we got here. What were the last decks that I made? I know that we're getting some, like, recent things. I'm gonna have a quick chat with you guys while we talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! Jesus fucking Christ. It's a 1.5 gigs. Ritual monsters, I like the concept of ritual monsters. I've never really played a ritual deck myself, but ritual monsters are so jarring because it's like they all lose to Droll and Lockbird, and they also either replace themselves with a card effect, or they're basically just not gonna be good. I remember seeing the summoning, the ritual monster archetype for the Nouvelles, which is the chef summoning, is the chef like food summoning archetype. But man, and I like the theme of it, but it was like, dude, the fact that it has to constantly target attack position monsters just means that they get shitted on by anything and everything in regards to what the fuck. Yeah, they got a bunch of new stuff. Let's check out the shop. Oh wait, no, so that's solo mode. Let me check out the shop. By the way, I did buy this. This mate. It was really fucking cool, and it's one of my favorite decks of all time, Ryzeal. Yes, I like War Crimes. I was a Ryzeal player before it got completely nerfed into the ground. Yeah. We know what this is. We know what the... Yeah. All that garbage. What do we got here? Sure. Let's open up a pack in front of chat. Chat! Oh, no, so I just get to open these up. No, fuck this. I don't want this. I don't care about any of this. Campaign. What do we got here? Let's see. What do they got? What do they got new in Yu-Gi-Oh? In the Yugs and the O's. Holy shit. They got a new Rescue Ace Arbitrator. This card's link summon. You can add one Rescue Ace Hydrogen or one Rescue Ace HQ from deck or graveyard to hand. If you activate Rescue Ace Quick Play or Spell a Trap, except during redemption, you can target one card your opponent controls and destroy it. Fascinating. What's this? Magical Muskets Mastermind Caspar? Fascinating. Cards included in this pack? No. Oh wait, cards included in this pack. Whoa. Okay. I didn't know that they added all of these. I guess I haven't really looked at Master Duel all fucking month. Really? They got some of the Draco Tail cards in here? Then why the... Wait, then why aren't... That's fascinating. Well, at least we got a new selection pack for these cards. Holy crap. This is such a weird selection pack. This is such a weird secret pack, dude. Leviathan, the Burning Blade. Yeah, I don't care about any of that. Okay, none of this is interesting to me. I got so many points accumulated from just the time I've spent. Okay, I don't care about this. But yeah, let me look up deck real quick. Yes, I did make a branded deck as well. I have so many decks here that I just haven't even tried in my. I'll open it up through this one. So let me just show you guys. Ritual Archetype. Let me see what you guys are saying too. One moment. Let me change the screen capture to follow Master Duel, but you guys will so that way I can make the screen smaller for myself, but that way you guys can I can read your guys' comments because I can't see anything right now. Oh, sub menu. Okay. Sub menu. Back to title screen. Credit. Where are my settings? Game settings. Duel. General. Your own field. Show. Turn on. Self-train. Private. Duel. How do I make the game smaller? Quality. Okay, there we go. High resolution. Full screen mode. Yeah, no, I want window mode. There we go. Hold up, is that PC gaming? I haven't played anything at all on the PC. Relax. Nothing crazy's happened. We haven't done anything crazy. We're just out here playing Master Duel, man. We're just out here playing Master Duel. All right, there we go. Now I can see you guys. Bro, I hated going outside when I was younger. I memorized all the Power Rangers, Dinosaur King, and Naruto intros. That's me. That was me. I never watched Vrains, but I will never forget it. It was advertised as having an MC that never played Duel Monsters before the show. That was just straight up a lie. Yeah, no, the main... I did watch Vrains. I did watch Vrains a couple of years ago. It's not as bad as people think, but you're going to have a tough time watching it as a modern-day Yu-Gi-Oh player. You're going to have a tough time watching a series like Vrains if, you don't like long combos. In Vrains, they definitely go for long combos. Should I keep the Ryzeal guy? I've also got a SP. Let's see. Let's change the... What do we make my background real quick? Yeah, we'll do this one. Wallpaper for my profile. Yeah, we need to get the baddie. I want to see them, though. There we go. You guys can see that for now. I hate links for getting in the way of pendulums. I remember taking a long break when links were blocking every summoning mechanic. I took a break throughout that time, too. I think he never lost a duel in the entire show, too, but I'm not sure. No, yeah. Yusaku never loses a duel. If you want to watch a Yu-Gi-Oh series where the main protagonist is likely the best duelist out of every other main protagonist in Yu-Gi-Oh, Yusaku never once wins a card. Never once loses a game. He never once loses no matter what. Yuma, I think, is the biggest loser in terms of outright wins, just because he dueled one of his friends like 50 fucking times. If Aster was here, I think he would appreciate this one. Wait, wallpaper. No, I want this one. Okay. Yeah. I'm sure Aster would appreciate this one. Yusei. No. Yusaku. Yusaku is one of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Protagonists from Vrains that literally never loses a duel. Can we get the redesigned cards for the anime look better than the real things? Yeah. Yusei only lost once, and that was in a flashback. That is true. He did lose in a flashback. The only deck enough cards to actually play in Master Duel is Cleavefort. It's fun when it works, but due to the nerfs Pendulum's got in Master Duel 3 and Master Rule 3 and the general power cleap, it's not the best. Yeah, no, you have to play it as a stun deck. That's the thing. It's like, if you want to play it before I leave, do I get a last wish? If so, please listen to the French underground rap Dial Sure. I will check it out. I will check it out for you for just a moment. By the way, this is probably one of my favorite ones. They added one of the Ryziel cards, and it's basically just a robot with a giant fucking cannon on its back. I love stuff like this, man. Anime girls and awesome robots. I don't know. I'm a simple man. And lightning sprites, I guess. Anybody here a fan of sprites? I'm a fan of sprites. I'm a big fan of sprite. I wish I could get like Ryziel to like maybe get a couple of less hits so that I could bring back Detonator. I would totally rebuild Ryziel if I could, man. I loved this deck, dude. Maybe like Ryziel Zoo. Is Ryziel Zoo a thing? Anyway. I'm gonna close it up. And alright, let's just put capture screen. There we go. Alright, guys. I'm probably going to just check out the thing that Memento said, and then I'm definitely gonna head out. YouTube. I don't think I could put the full song on, but at least I'll have it up for the moment. Oh, Dinosaur King, all transformations with the dino with the detector. Damn. I'm about to watch that shit when I get off, man. French underground rap. Dialrix by Avoir. Oh no, Dialrix is the guy. Avoir. Okay. Sure. Hold on.
Si je peux l'avoir, est-ce qu'ensuite autre chose je voudrais avoir? Solide, resser la mâchoire. Oui, il faut le faire pour le voir. Lorsque t'as les jambes en compote, le bonheur ça devient s'asseoir. J'ai les yeux qui collent comme l'urine sur le pissoir.
What the fuck did you ask me to click on? What the actual fuck did you ask me to click on, Memento? You know, like all those videos that people put on like shorts. You know, like all those like short videos that like you find like IG or like TikTok where like guys say I'm making straight up bullshit. They're cooking straight up bullshit. Y'all don't want it as bad as me. I'm cooking straight bullshit. I don't think you could beat this. I don't think there's anything that could be described as pure unadulterated dog shit beyond this. I think that this would win the bullshit Olympics. I don't even know what he said, but I'm pretty sure he just insulted my mother in like 5 different ways. I'm not even just saying that it's French. I'm actually offended that you even told me to listen to this. You can tell that he speaks with a very nasally voice. You can tell that, like, he speaks with... I'm offended by the French, yeah. I might be offended by the French. He was in the kitchen for too long. I honestly can't tell you if he was in the kitchen for too long or not long enough. I ain't gonna lie. It's low-key... Swag splendid. Swag splendid. Let me ask you a question. Is that music from No, I'm Not a Human? Is this what AI calls bars? If you're checking out music, check out The Paradox. They make some good stuff, and I can describe it as mid 2000s skater rock. I don't know. I don't know at this point. You guys want to hear a song that I've been blasting with my girlfriend for a couple of weeks now? For a couple months? I like to listen to the Red Pill Way, personally. This shit is some real fire. I'm not gonna lie. You guys want to hear some good music? Yeah, guys, no women. No women. It's the Red Pill Way. No women. We as power scalers and as men must choose to forego any women whatsoever, because that is, as the Red Pill influencer Myron Gaines says, we don't want no women. If you want to be with your girlfriend, that's gay.
Oh, so you got a girl now. You change, make self-improvement, takes all day.
Spend time with your girl. That's gay. Spend time with your boys. I don't want no women, no more. No, want no. This shit is fire. This shit was too funny to me, man. This shit was too fucking funny to me. My girlfriend and I love to like just listen to this shit on the side every now and then. You're gonna spend time with your girl. That's gay. Spend time with your boy. The Red Pill Way. Bro, shit is... Music is some funny shit. How does... This is how Maki would look like. What the fuck? Alright.
Still looks so good after getting completely burned alive by Jogo.
We love women, so we stay gay together. Yeah, we love women out here, so we are absolutely gonna. We're absolutely gonna be gay. That's crazy.
It didn't magically give her beauty points and just leave her with some cool-looking scars. Now, fans have been demanding to see what she should actually look like. So an artist finally drew a realistic version of Maki's injuries, and the result is absolutely terrifying.
So how do you think French Underground sounds? I'm gonna be so honest with you, French Underground. Next time you bring me anything from the French Underground, I don't know what it is I'm gonna do, but it's not gonna be nice. I'm probably gonna say some really mean things about the French Underground music that I think any potential French fans that, you know, I could have in the future would immediately demonetize me and cancel me for. So you know what? Let me just leave it at that. Guys, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. If you guys if you guys have any other questions for me, you guys can leave them for like next time that we check out. Either way, check out Nefix. Oh, my bad, Nefx. Let me pull the one video up for you because I didn't do it. Oh man, Iron Man Iron Adventures. You guys ever remember seeing this one? He's Iron Man. Fire, absolute fire. Check out Nefx. They make royalty-free music and it's pretty good. I have the song Destiny and Statement on my Spotify. Nefx. Let's check out Destiny. Hating the French is how God created us? No, that's maybe you. I don't know about me. I try not to hate people, but Jesus Christ. That French underground rap really almost made me say, oh, fuck the French. What the fuck did you... Wait, time out. I was out here listening straight, unadulterated bullshit, and you're out here providing me a song that has rhythm, good lyrics, and something that I can actually understand. Get this bullshit out of here, bro. I want to listen to straight, unadulterated dog shit, bro. Fuck are we doing? What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that guy named again? Let me look him back up again. Dial Ricks. I'm trying to listen to straight, unadulterated bullshit, bro. What the fuck are we doing? If you guys can't present to me straight, unadulterated bullshit, I don't want to listen to it. Anyone watching Spidey this week? If you got T-Mobile, you get $5 ticket. I'm actually going to go watch it tomorrow with my friends, so I'll spoil it for you guys on Thursday. Hey, Eon, if TSO serves as Onoki's dust element, then TSO should be able to peer his omen, right? I don't fucking know. the Omen, as in, you know, this mystical black fire halo circle thing that spawns on the God's Knights and Emu? I don't know, man. I don't know, dude. I'm gonna be honest with you, I have no clue. Like, if I had to be genuinely honest, I don't know what kind of energy Maki is. I don't know if it's anything that Particle Style could erase. Like, bro, we're just listening to bullshit at this point. How are you watching it tomorrow? Listen, when you've lived as long as I have, you end up meeting people, you end up meeting people's grandparents, you end up meeting people's forefathers, you end up making a lot of connections, right? I've got my toe dipped into the overall widespread area of Hollywood. So, you know, I know exactly who is the one above all. Yeah, I know exactly who to talk to, who to watch stuff with. You know what I'm saying? A friend of mine, it's a fan event. There's a fan event, like 30 minutes away from where I live. A friend of mine got us tickets, and we're just gonna go watch it. Imagine getting copyrighted for this gooberish nonsense. Yeah. Yeah. Remove the music for just a second. Remove the music for just a second, right? Would you guys ever be afraid of a guy doing this? Would you guys ever be afraid of like a white guy like this, just who looks like this, just acting like he's got guns? I want to know an argument against the fact that TSO goes through Omen. I've seen that argument a lot. I mean, why would it? I mean, what's the argument that it goes through or that it bypasses Omen? What's the argument? Like, I get where you're coming from, Hola Soy Juan, but like, I don't. The question that you should be asking yourself is, what objectively makes it seem like the TSO can erase this hyper-specific, weird energy type that exists only in One Piece? That's really just a question you have to ask, and the answer is always going to be, there's no objective reason. Actual historic event. Look up Hanging of the Hartlepool Monkey. I'm not watching that. I'm not watching that. You said some monkey type. I'm not doing that, bro. Alright. Yeah, we're listening to straight up bullshit tonight, boys. Alright, I'm out, guys. I hope... Bro sounded like he's chanting a ritual. Bro sounded like he was trying to bring back Satan, and he ended up bringing back Natas. I'm funny. No, it's an event in actual history. Google. It's the funniest shit ever. I swear to God. You have me Google the weirdest fucking things, and it always ends up being some bullshit, man. What the fuck? Nah, don't play it in reverse. Okay, wait. Yeah, I'll check it out. Hanging of the Hartlepool Monkey. What? You know, I bet I can make better music than these fuckers, and I don't even know how to use a music app. Is a famous local legend from 1800s where a shipwrecked monkey was tried and executed because the town folks thought it was a French spy. I'm fucking crying. Okay. There's a long way from friends, and the most populous. I'd never met or ever even seen a Frenchman. Some satirical cartoons at the time pictured the French as monkey-like people with tails and claws, so perhaps the locals could be forgiven for deciding that the monkey in its uniform must be a Frenchman and a French spy at that. Wow. Wow. Google it, I swear to God, that is crazy. They thought a monkey was French, so they hanged it, yeah. I guess, I guess the French being considered ape-like creatures at one point by certain people across other European countries just was resulted in the life of a monkey being taken away. Look up xenophobia. It's commonly with Stellaris, but look up xenophobia. I'm good for now. I want to head out, guys. Top 5 humanity moments of all time. Yeah, sure. When you can, look at the panel at panel 3 page. It's funny how es gracioso como el TSO queda clavado en la pared y no lo desintegra como dicen que hace siempre. Yeah, no, you could also just look up. You can also look up Minato's coat, which is a byproduct of You can also look up Minato's coat, which is a byproduct of a ninjutsu because it is an Edo Tensei body, and you can also look up the moment that Sakura got stabbed. Yeah, no, they don't existence race jack shit. Poor monkey man. First they call him French, then they hung him. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Imagine if the monkey actually understood what the fuck it was. It's like a minute and a half long. All right, sure. It'll be the last thing I look up. I'm not looking up anything else. The fuck was I looking up? You luck. Okay. Xenophobia by song Xenophobia's song Stellaris. Spanish god, haha, yeah. Every Stellaris run in a nutshell.
Let's be xenophobic. It's really in this year. Let's find a nasty, slimy, ugly alien to fear. There's no more cutesy stories about E.T. phoning home. Let's learn to love our neighbors like the Christians learned in Rome. We know we
Why are you composing that I constantly drop actual heat knowledge? I suppose, I guess.
TV. The folks that ought to know have told us how it's got to be. The gospel truth is found in scenes from Alien and V.
What the fuck?
Let's wipe out any life form that seems to be a threat.
What the fuck?
We'll serve them up a genocide they never will forget. Cause if we miss a couple, they'll breed a couple more. And soon we'll all be hating twice as many as before. You see, aliens can never be as good as humankind. A more delightful race than us you'll never ever find. So step aside, you star slime, we're ready for your worst. We know you want to beat us, enslave us and defeat us, oppress us and browbeat us unless we get you first.
Did you just have me watch a song about fucking genocide? That is crazy to me. That is absolutely... Yeah, I gotta call my girlfriend. I'm bye. I'm done. Have a good night, guys. I hope you all enjoy the worst... Sorry, why did I say worst? Best evening you possibly can. I guess I said worst because I was thinking, like, that has got to be one of the worst things I've ever fucking seen. Frieza inspirational song, W Live, LMAO. Yeah, sure, W Live. Hopefully this one doesn't get demonetized. Alright, guys, I hope you guys enjoy your time. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your nights, and I'll catch you guys all later. Peace out. Jesus Christ. But you guys know some real bullshit.